Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the weekly comic wrap up. I was gone for, I think, last week because I was out at a family event, but I'm back now. We are back. We've got some big books to talk about in terms of books that just came out this week. We have some big stuff that we're going to talk about in terms of some show and tell things that we may have received this week in the mail. And yeah, it's just good to be back with the boys because, like I said, I was gone for a week. And so it feels good to be back. I was telling these guys backstage, though, it's kind of like you have to train the skill of streaming almost every week, because if you aren't diligent about knowing how to stream every week, or if you're not diligent about being on time and practicing it, it is a very easily it's a learnable skill that can easily be taken away from you in a heartbeat, because I forgot everything about how to stream and it's only been a week. So but how are you guys? What is new with you? We got to see Kyle's gift of life before the stream. And Drew has a new computer. So yeah, but what is going on with you guys? How have y'all been?
I've been busy. I'll let Kyle go first.
Oh, good.
Yeah, baby stuff, busy. Work, reading, fun stuff. It's all good though. This is my time of the week to just come down, enjoy the weekend, get a start to the weekend. So have some fun, talk to you guys. So yeah, this is my favorite time of the week for sure.
Cool, man. I'm glad to hear that. It really is. It's become something I look forward to every week. Whereas like last week, because I was gone, I could only be in the chat, and I was like, I can't wait to rewatch the live stream, because I miss it. It's like, grabbing beers with you guys. So yeah, this is kind of when we do these streams on Friday nights, I know I've hit my weekend. So that's kind of the thing. And Drew, you said you've been busy as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got some projects I'm working on a few right now with Murat, and one of which I can talk about now. Murat is launching. We are launching a new Naughty and Nice campaign in August 15th.
Nice.
Yeah, 11 days from now. We're launching Naughty and Nice, The Bridge, and it's going to be leading into maybe something else. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I can't say.
So. If you were to say it's a bridge leading into something else, the bridge, a bridge. I was trying to make a pun, but
in theory, it could. In theory, this bridge could lead to something else.
Okay.
But you've seen the art. I've sent you the PDFs and everything of what it looks like. So yeah, those are interiors by Murat, and they look amazing. And can't wait for everyone to read it.
Sweet. Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're big time now because you just got one of your comics published on the one of the pirate sites.
Yeah.
And so you're like professional status now. Yeah. Once you see that, it's kind of like, well, I've made it.
Yeah, once it's on the high seas, it's there now. It's like, holy crap, it's on the big sites too. It's like, oh crap, it's there.
Yeah. when Jack Sparrow is seeing your books. Yeah.
When Michael Bolton is seeing it, yes.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say hi to this guy because, like I said, it's been a week or two since I've seen y'all. So Mark McGrath, hail to you, sir. He says, who's down with MVP? You know me. We've got Jay the Deep-Minded. She says, evening, gents. Hello, Jay. Miss all of you guys. Nadia with the triple X or quadruple X. Ooh, boy. You know what's going on. She's shrimping. We got shrimps in the chat. Where have you been? I've been at a family outing last weekend, and life has just caught up with me this week, but it's good to be back live streaming with y'all. And this Sunday we'll actually do a Max's Man Cave just solo. It'll just be me and the chat, and just catching up with you guys because I owe y'all that. So that'll be a lot of fun. And we also have Virtue Comics. What's going on? Great to see you, and thank you for being in the chat. Hello, yo. Well, good. Hello to you. Hello, yo to you too. And Nadia, I like the new avatar. It's got me feeling some type of way, I must say. Ooh. It's got me shrimping. So now, before we get into our books and items that we want to show off this week, or a little show and tell, I figured for those who want to watch the stream early on and kind of just want to get the Skip-Its, Mez, and top 10, which these guys have done so beautifully for the past, I mean, how many years were you guys doing that? 2 years straight?
Oh, yeah, 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of do that very briefly because there were not a lot of books that came out this week. And the books that did come out weren't even released digitally or online, so we couldn't read them there. And a lot of them were kind of from indie publishers, so it's like I didn't even know what they were. The Conan book that we wanted to talk about didn't get put up digitally, so it's like we're kind of it wasn't a huge week for new stuff. But so Drew, did you have a like a top 10, quote unquote, top 5 Skip-Its, Mez? What did you have this week?
I would say when it comes to like Skip-Its and Mez for the week, I would say the Skip-It I would have would be Astonishing Iceman.
He's astonishing.
But he's not stunning and brave. He's just astonishing. He's not stunning and brave.
Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. Another Skip-It or Mez would be probably X-Men and what they did with Kitty Pryde in that. I just started laughing out loud just reading it. It was beyond ridiculous.
What about Night Terrors? There's some good Night Terrors.
Ooh, Night Terrors? Yes, no? Skip-Its, Mez?
I would say Skip-Its and Mez for the Night Terrors. I mean,
okay.
Kyle knows we only had one trepidatious recommendation.
Yep.
And that was the Miko Soyan art on the Philip Candy Johnson. That was it.
Yeah.
Miss you, Nadia. Love you. Have a great stream. We'll talk to you soon. That's interesting. And the Miko Soyan, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Miko Soyan.
Miko?
Yeah.
Soyan, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a bigot, so I don't know how to pronounce it, but so that was your one recommend, I guess, but just for the cover.
I've got my that was for Night Terrors last week. Yeah.
Last week. Okay.
Yeah, that was last. Yeah, night.
Yeah. But for as recommendations this week, it'd probably be Moon Knight. Magneto was all right. Wasn't great. It was all right. Magneto was good. It was all right. Okay. Fire and Ice, number 1, and the other one we were talking about before the stream. I completely forget. Just the Sacrificers.
Sacrificers.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're leaving one out there. One of the biggest books that we've wanted for a while. You're leaving one out. From Titan Publishing.
I didn't get a chance to read Conan. I was gonna say,
No.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna flip through the pages so you can read through it right now. Okay. Dang. Well, we'll still talk about it.
Yeah, they didn't order it here at the store. They didn't order it.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't get a chance to read it either.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna do the stream by myself then. No, I'm kidding. Dang, you guys are missing out. It was
no boobies on it. Didn't get it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. But to be fair, there are boobies in the book.
Oh,
yes.
See, that's the problem. If we could have reviewed it beforehand, we would have known.
Hey, there's an art germ variant, so you guys could have gone with the booby art germ variant. Yeah.
That's true.
But Kyle, what about you, brother? Did you have a top 10 Skip-Its, Mez, anything like that?
No, I mean, it's just a skip. Like, City Boy is still coming out for some reason. That book is still garbage.
Oh, yeah.
City Boy.
The Shitty Boy.
Yeah. Anything, this Night Terror stuff is just absolute dog shit.
Oh, no. I haven't read a single Night Terrors issue.
You can't. Don't. They're absolutely pointless. Like, they're. I don't know what they're doing, but they have dropped that ball.
Yeah.
And just refusing to even kick it further down the road. I didn't get a chance to read Doctor Strange. I was really curious to see if that's as bad as I remember it being. I don't know, Drew. Were you still reading JSA?
I did read it. That's one I can't recommend. Well, one because Michael Janon's on the art. 2, This was delayed several months, and you got to think if it's delayed several months, he must be really working hard on the story, everything else. When you read it, it's like, wait, I'm already done. This is the reason why for like 5-month delay on this issue. There was nothing warranting this long of a wait for this comic. It sucked. There's a scene in it where Huntress goes up and hugs Batman. Oh my God, you're alive! And it's just because it's her dad. She's from the future, and he's like, "What are you doing? No, you can't be doing this. Here we go. Bust on the time frame. Bust on the butterflies. Don't do it."
Josh is the Huntress expert, so I know that he would
everything in that series. She's the greatest, bestest ever.
Oh no! Well, that's the thing is like Huntress is the DC Punisher. She's like the female DC Punisher. Like she is badass. She kills, and that's why her and Batman have such a tumultuous relationship because like Batman doesn't agree with everything that she does because she, murks dudes. Mm-hmm. So that's odd that she would be hugging him, but
yeah.
I mean,
I think she just realized Cloud says "Dad" and hugs him.
Oh, yeah. Oh no! Speaking of daddy, speaking of dad or daddy, we've got Salty Traveling Sea for $1.99 super sticker. Thanks for the super sticker, man. I appreciate it. You are my sugar daddy for that, so I appreciate it. We also have Mike Has Bad Knees. He says, "What's up, dude? Digging the new Avatar as well. Good to see you." Soul Assassin says Max takes time off, and we get new Conan and Fire and Ice comics. Take more time off, Max. You know what? If tomorrow someone told me if you deleted your channel, you stopped doing YouTube, you got off the live streams, and it would increase the amount of good comics that would come out every week, I would do it 100%.
Yeah.
Because if that means we get good comics, I would get rid of my channel. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So, good to see.
My ISOM 2, I know that came out technically. Mine shipped.
Yes.
I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm excited to read it, and we'll probably review it.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we will absolutely be doing a review. I know each one of us, like I did a video on my channel of a review of ISOM 1. You guys also did a review of it on your channel. And I think we both were around the same mark, around 6 to 7 range.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that issue 2 packs more of a punch so we can get it up to 7, 8, but we'll see. Yep. But yes, good to see you as well, Soul Assassin. And I mean, Jay, let's be real. Is Conan really a Conan book without boobs? Come on.
Nope, it is not.
Ooh, this is good to hear. Mike, that's fantastic. Good to hear. Much better than ISOM 1.
Good.
I think now that things have been established, he can really start having fun with the characters now. So we'll see.
Right. And I think the big issue with ISOM 1 is that it was hyped to the max.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hyping this fucking book like it is going to be the greatest comic book ever written. And it's like, and when you shoot that high, it's like, you realize everyone's expectations are so high you're not going to be able to reach them, and mine was just set way too high. That bar really high, and I was like, man, this book is mediocre at best, which is good for 2 because you did such a mediocre job. Now it's like, okay,
yeah,
you do anything slightly better, it'll be better than that book.
Or you have something like Inglorious Rex, which was like, we just on the art alone, we were hyped for. We were like, let's fucking read this book. Yeah. This is going to be so dope. And then you read it and you're like, this was awful. Like this was C tier level writing. Like, come on, man. Almost to it's got the gunslinger effect where you want less dialogue so that you can look at the art. You're like, get rid of these word bubbles, these caption boxes, because we just want to look at the art. So. How
many times can you have announcers yelling things and taking up every page, every panel?
I just remember the hilarity of the incessant constant reminder of my brother died on this in these battles, and my father, and I have to do this for my brother, and my father doesn't love me, or like whatever it was, and it was just constant. And it was like, we get it, bro.
Understand
we get
your
it.
brother died. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But it was like, I think what happened was he drew so many pages, like he drew like a graphic novel's worth of pages, and I was like, well, I have to fill it with some dialogue somehow. So,
and I think it wound up getting extended. Like it was supposed to be a certain number of pages, but there were so many backers that he extended it to like 60 some odd pages. So
sure.
He had to come up.
Less is more sometimes.
Yes.
Less is more. Yeah. Mark says the Helena Wayne Huntress is Batman's daughter from Earth 2. Originally, Helena Bertinelli is the post-crisis Huntress that sometimes kills. Okay, so Helena is different because I'm thinking of Helena Wayne. I'm thinking of Bertinelli.
Yeah,
that's
Helen
the one
Bert
that
Ernie.
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie, yeah, that's it.
Bert.
Hey, Bert.
And hello, Michael Salo. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for being here. So, other than that, Kyle, you said Shitty Boy was why is it even being produced? Doctor Strange, I think you said you read.
Yeah, Sacrificers we'll talk about. Fire and Ice we'll talk about. I didn't really want to bother with pretty much anything Marvel unless I absolutely had to, which I really didn't have to. I was like, I don't want to read Fantastic Four. I don't want to read Spider-Man. I should have read Moon Knight, even though I wasn't a fan. But this week sucked.
This was a tough week. The only saving grace for this was my read of Sacrificers, Conan, and Fire and Ice. So for me, I read. Let's see. What did I read first? I think I tried to get through Iceman and got like halfway through, and I was like, okay, I know exactly what this is. And it's almost virtually unreadable. Like the dialogue doesn't make sense. It's super choppy. It's so convoluted. It just felt like, why is this even existing? There was another one. I read Sacrificers. I read Fire and Ice. So Fire and Ice, that was a film, correct?
Correct.
Back in the 80s?
Film from the 1970s, I believe.
70s.
Early 80s. Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch that?
It's free to watch. I think it's one of those animated features it's free to watch on any streaming site. I'm sure it's free to watch on YouTube right now. Okay. It's not bad. That's all right. I mean, the animation's great.
Yeah, I'd say Bakshi, his animations was awesome back then. Yeah, his stuff was great.
So I kind of went into this comic with like zero hope, or not zero hope. What's the right word? Zero
expectations.
Expectations. Thank you. I saw the Frazetta cover. I said, hey, maybe it's better than some of the stuff that Opus has been putting out, with the Death Dealer and the Frazetta verse and all this stuff. And to my surprise, it is. It's better, in my opinion, than a lot of the Opus stuff that's being put out right now.
It's definitely hard to do.
They came out with a Mothman book, and the Mothman book was like, what? Why is this being made? So Fire and Ice, surprisingly, to me, I was looking at this art, and I was like, this art is gorgeous, one. I really enjoyed the art. And two, the story was actually well set up. There were no slay queens, even though there could have been. There were multiple times where I was like, uh-oh, here we go. And it didn't end up that way. You open the book with a male-centered mentor leading other young men on a hunt, and they're all debating what they want to do in life. Yeah. Do I want to be a warrior? Do I want to marry a woman and be content in that? Do I want to be a farmer? And they're all kind of
the balls of the one kid because he's got the hospital. It's great.
Yeah. And I was like, that's a good dynamic. That's a great male kind of masculine energy for this kind of opening of this universe. And yeah, we'll get into it. Something happens to the mentor that you comes out of nowhere.
It
Yeah.
literally
And
does.
you are just like,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, did I see that thing? Yeah.
Yeah. And people die, and it's like Game of Thrones. Like people are dying in this like crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a cool
the
universe.
Cool character, the one we all love. Like he's wearing the mask. He's in it for a couple
Yeah.
panels. Yeah.
That was my only, if I had an issue with it, I would say I wanted more of him, of course. It's kind of like having a Death Dealer book with no Death Dealer.
Yeah.
You know, you want more of that character.
But there's no sassy wizard talking shit or jacking around with somebody pointlessly.
No, he's not even a sassy wizard. He's a stoner fucking hippie loser wizard.
Californian wizard.
Yes, yeah. He is an absolute loser. Because everyone just bags on him and gives him shit the whole time. So yeah.
What do you mean, bro? Come on, bro.
Yeah, he's like, my energy is like, I only have a certain amount of energy, bro. I don't know if I can really open this portal. And they're like, okay, well, the fate of the universe kind of depends on it. So you want to help us out? And he's like, oh, I guess so.
Oh, no.
And they're like, we'll give you more drugs. And he's like, oh, sure, okay.
Oh, cool, bro.
Cool, yeah.
And then he ollies out the panel. It's like, wait, what?
He skates off. Yes, Princess Tigra. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of hot and bothered, for me, Conan was my number one this week. So in terms of Skip It's Mez and top 10, I would say Conan was my number one, Sacrificers was my number two, and Fire and Ice was my number three. So my top three, if you will. Conan was everything I wanted it to be. It was everything I expected. The art is perfect. It is everything I want in a Conan book. It's reminiscent of the old John Buscema, but also in a new style. It pays respect to Robert E. Howard. You have to have balls to read this book. It's not just like, hey, let's talk about our feelings. It's like you have to understand the trials of war, of battle, of understanding what it means to sacrifice yourself for honor. Like, it's fucking brutal. And I love that. That's what Conan is. And that's what I got. You also get 3 female, like, kind of off characters that are just topless for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, let's go.
Don't need a reason.
No, not at all. So, well, actually, sorry. One who's topless, one who almost gets topless that wants to sleep with Conan, and then the third one is our like main female protagonist.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, it's. I don't want to hype it up too much because I want you guys to read it. But for me, I was very, very pleased because I had super high hopes for this, and I think it met the expectations, which is tough to do for sure.
Oh yeah.
But because you guys read the Free Comic Book Day one, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was good.
It was.
It's I was afraid that we were going to get similar panels from the Free Comic Book Day one put into this, but no, this is a brand new comic. Nothing from that Free Comic Book Day is in this one. This is a brand new. Everything in here is all new.
Oh, good.
Um,
Different, huh? All right, good.
Yeah. It's great. It wasn't even a bait and switch either. That's even better.
No, and you get a lot of Conan. Like, you get a lot of decapitations and fighting, and there's a lot of action in this, which is super rad.
Unlike when Marvel was trying to do Conan.
Oh no. Here, I'll go solo and I'll kind of show you guys some panels if that's all right.
Please.
Let's see here. We're basically introduced to this kind of town to the south of Samaria. And right off the bat, you get Conan punching some asshole in the bar.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
And he's just crushing this dude because, well, I won't say why, but
Okay.
you'll find out why. Very next page, he's talking about his life as a warrior fighting in Samaria and how after a while it left him kind of feeling unfulfilled. So he left and started doing adventures and looked for a higher purpose. The kind of the Luke Skywalker hero's journey thing where it's like there's something bigger in life and I want to go chase it. I want the next challenge, you know.
His special purpose.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me see if I can find. Here's that random topless page where it's just some random woman at the top who's just like, oh my God. And that's it. And you're just like, oh, cool. She's topless. All right.
Hey.
So you get a lot of that. Let's see. And then here's another. They paid tribute to Conan's blue, like striking blue eyes, which was rad. You also get, like I said, a ton of action on the other pages. But yeah, honestly, the dialogue is great as well. It's very sword and sorcery, like super fantasy. So it's not like we were just talking about, it's not the California Wizard, which is nice. Like, for example, against this surge of screaming soldiers, victory is short-lived. The picked woman is pulled under by her haunted countrymen, and Conan knows he could use this distraction to escape, but he will not. She was brave enough to try and warn them, so he'll match that bravery with his own, even if it costs him his life, while ominous eyes watch the chaos from the shadows, pleased with their handiwork. So something like that, where it's like, it says Conan could potentially run, but he doesn't because he wants to show that same type of bravery. Venarium was vicious and bloody, but at least the cause was righteous. This is a slaughter on all sides. So yeah, man, it's just like, it's exactly what I envision for a Conan book. So
that's what you want.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm excited.
Mark McGrath says, Jim from Weird Science seems to have settled his beef with Jim Zub and recommended the book. Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House also liked Conan.
Yeah,
Gray and Jim are awesome.
Yeah, I found out about the last weekend on the Aficionados. Yeah, Jim was talking about that beef with Jim Zub. And
what happened? Do you mind if
I'm going into like, from what I recall, Jim saying, sorry, there's two Jims. What I recall, Jim Zub saying is that he was, I think, making fun of one of the reviewers or attacking one of the reviewers on the Weird Science site. And Jim from Weird Science said, F this guy, F him, you know, what he does, reviewing this book. And this was last Saturday. It's like, whoa, okay. So,
wow.
But I guess they sold that beef, Arby's style. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, like I've heard so many creators say like, oh, stupid fucking fanboys or something. And I'm like, dude, you know how immediately that creates division between you and your fans. Mm-hmm. Whenever someone calls like, you know, oh, the guys in their basement or fanboys or just, you know, toxic fandom, you immediately create that division. So I think it's really tough to settle beefs like that when you have creators differentiating themselves from the fans like that. So I can see why Jim from Weird Science was upset with that. I don't know Jim Zub, nor have I don't think I've ever seen him at a convention or on Twitter.
I've never talked to him either.
Yeah. I don't even know what he looks like, honestly. That was like me with Larry Hama for the first like 12 years when I was reading his stuff. I thought Larry Hama was a white guy, you know, so like, who knows?
Black.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, so many of the writers, you think like they're guys or they're white, you know, like for the longest time, I was thinking guys like Jim Owsley, Christopher Priest was white, and sure enough, he was black. It's like, oh crap, and he's much older than I thought he was. And okay,
yeah.
Now I hate your stuff. I'm just kidding.
So in terms of Jim Zub, I think it's almost kind of good that I don't know who he is or what he says or what he looks like, honestly, because I can just like I don't see Jim Zub in this. I just see Conan, and that's what you
good.
want, right?
Yeah.
That's 100% what you want with these books. Like, you don't want to see the author, you don't want to see the writer, you just want the story being told through the character. So
unlike
that's
Astonishing Iceman, where you get Steve Orlando and self-inserting himself,
basically self-inserting and making Iceman what's his name? Wes talked about it on his video. Cena Grace.
Yeah.
So William Richards says, between Max and Gray recommending this one, it's a must buy. We should have like a stinger or a stamp or something that's like, this is a must buy. I like that, William, because it is. I honestly, if you only have $4 this week to spend on comics, I'd say go with Conan. It's close between Conan and Sacrificers, because Sacrificers, I will admit, I was not expecting how good that was going to be. So
yeah, neither was I.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Before we get into some of the books, though, do you guys have any show and tell?
I do not.
No. Okay.
I got a couple.
I do actually. No, not with me. I'm sorry, I don't. They're upstairs.
Damn it, Drew. No, I'm kidding. Kyle, do you have any? I think you said you may have some.
Yeah, I picked up a couple things here. This first one. This one was a random buy. I don't even know why I got it, but I saw it and I was like, that's actually kind of cool.
Let me guess, it has a foil cover.
Shockingly, no.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's right there.
Ah, yes, of course.
And the other one's ThatTuggLife, the best one. This one I picked up for, what did I pay for this? $60, $70, something like that.
Okay.
Marvel Comics Super Special 16.
Ooh, super special. Damn.
So technically the first appearance of Yoda, Boba Fett, Lando, Rogue Squadron. This is all here in this book.
Whoa.
Oh, so like Star Wars nerd shit. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Whoa, Luke has a blue lightsaber. It's not yellow. What's going on here?
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is the
adaptation
of Empire Strikes Back. So this is where you first see Yoda in here.
Oh, how does he?
That cover is awesome.
Yoda look like Yoda in that, or does he look like something else?
Yeah, he is definitely smoking a pipe right there. Right there.
Yes, that is so awesome. That is great. They should have given him a pipe.
Yes,
yeah. They should have given him a pipe in the films. That would have been great.
I think in the concept art, and some of the early concept art, he did have like a long pipe.
Yeah, it's Lando.
Oh, nice.
Deal's getting worse.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Man, that's a clean.
Al Williamson, right? On the art?
I think so. Yes, Al Williamson, yeah.
Nice. He killed it.
Yeah.
That looks like a clean copy, man. I mean, like it.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's in good shape.
Ooh,
yeah. Nice. The colors in that look great.
No, it's good. And so I was like, you know what? It's really cool. I don't have a lot of magazine style size books, and so I'm just like, this one's actually kind of cool.
Well,
so,
now you got to get a magazine style short box. How about that?
Thank God I got one. Still doesn't hold the last Ronin though.
Seriously?
It won't hold the CGC slabbed last Ronin. Will not fit in the magazine style box still. The book will not fit anywhere.
I think Perch just recently did a video about like Black Label stuff for like the oversized Black Label DC stuff. And it's so frustrating because whenever they're going to do collected editions of that, or if you just want to collect it in general, it's like not a standard format for a comic or an omnibus or a trade paper. It's like this weird magazine comic collaboration. So
it's a stupid sized book. So there's another one. I don't know if Drew ended up picking up one of these or not, but I did. This is another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Ooh, exclusive.
Oh.
Yeah. This was the
exclusive.
enamel pen.
Oh, yep. I got one too. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
It's a big ass pen too.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive pen. But yeah, 50th anniversary of Robin Hood, one of my all-time favorites. So
Cool.
Yeah, had to get that.
Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest.
Singing
There
it is. Yeah. That brings back fond memories. I remember watching that and Sword in the Stone.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. The art style in that was so much fun.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. So great.
Where Merlin has like the big old mustache.
Oh yeah.
It's like moving around and stuff. Yeah.
Flowy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Mark Loves Angels says Robin Hood. He can't believe it's been 50 years. Damn. Yeah.
And it's still great. Oof. It is still amazing. This the emotion, the life they give to all those animals and creatures, how they emote. You know, you see the happiness, you see the sadness, and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that was the start of furries?
I think The Shining was the beginning of furries.
Yeah, The Shining
definitely. Shining? Oh, yeah.
It brought light to it in The Shining. It definitely shined the light on furries.
Yeah. Unfortunately. That's right. So wild.
I think Stanley Kubrick was a furry.
Secret furry, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually him in the costume.
Yes, yeah. Mark Loves Angels says Sword in the Stone had some great character animation. Happy to hear the love for it. It really did, man.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
They got turned into squirrels. You know, they're running.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And then the one like girl squirrel gets sad, right?
Yeah, because she finds out like he's not a real squirrel. He's actually a human boy. Yeah.
I'd remember. Oh man, dude, you're hitting the nostalgia hard right now because like I remember as like a little kid being so sad because you're like you feel bad for this little squirrel.
Yeah.
Didn't they turn into fish too? And they had that big like barracuda thing that tried to kill him.
I need to rewatch it again. I need to find it somewhere to watch. I gotta find it.
It's been a hot minute. Yeah. They also had Merlin had an owl, or maybe Merlin turned into an owl. That's right. Yeah.
I think he had an owl.
I remember he put a magic spell on some dishes. Like there's like
yes,
dishes, but like they just kept going and going and going.
Yeah. Eric O'Sullivan, the salt in the soup. He says, "Hey MVP, I'm on the subway coming home from Fan Expo Boston. Ooh, dude, how was that? That sounds fantastic. Got a photo with William Shatner. Wow.
Oh, so Kyle, you want to play an over under on how much he spent? Kyle knows.
I know because it was a price when I was in line, and it changed to a higher price while I was still in the same line.
No.
20 minutes before he got there, and there was almost a riot of people.
A riot. Of course.
It went from 100 to 120.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like 150 to 300. I thought it was a much larger.
Oh no, it was $20, but enough to be like, we were all like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, really?" You just see somebody walk up and like, I'm sorry. He scratches off the 100, puts a 120. We're just like, you gotta be.
It's like all shitty drawn. Like he has like bad handwriting. So like Eric says 143 with tax. Oof. You know what? Tax. Honestly, for the Shat, worth every penny.
I met him when I was in England. And this was back in 2005. I met him. He was rocking his Canadian tuxedo and everything. And his signature at that time was 60, I think. So I had the Star 60? Trek. Yeah. I had the Star Trek DVD, the Wrath of Khan, Star Trek II Wrath of Khan DVD special edition box set, and I had him sign that.
Ooh. Dang.
He's an awesome guy. He is a showman. Like he is awesome. So like he was a guy that I'm like, all right.
Yeah. What's up, Keely? Good to see you, brother. Shat is great because he's such a good sport and he cares about Star Trek so much. Like he and Twilight Zone, Out on the Wing.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
got a great
he
sense
was
of humor too. That's what's great
Yes,
about
he
it.
does.
yes, yeah. He's based as hell. He's funny. He's charming. He's extremely has great charisma.
Yeah.
He's
Even
extremely
in his 90s,
charming.
you wouldn't know. I didn't know the guy was in his 90s. It's like he had more
Exactly,
energy
dude.
than I did.
Yeah, yeah. And even Eric in the chat says he was super nice. So I'm really glad to hear that because sometimes they say don't meet your heroes, and you never know. You never
There's a
know with
few.
some of these celebrities. So especially if you're paying $100+ to meet someone, and then they're an asshole to you, it's like, dude, no. So
we're
I got
gonna find out next weekend we're going to be at Chicago Fan Expo. So
ooh, nice. Okay.
Spend some money on a
I
big group.
spent a fuck ton of money to do the I want
Celebrities
for the Back to the Future. This is my all-time favorite movie.
Oh wow.
All-time favorite movie. I have my DeLorean right there. It's die-cast metal. But so I paid to have all 4 of them sign something. So of course they have tiers of what you want signed by them, based on what you want is how expensive it is. And so to get Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Tom Wilson to sign something, it's like I have to. It's like to get a chance to meet these guys. I've already got Christopher Lloyd's signature, but to get Michael J. Fox,
I got you. What's your faces? Leah Thompson.
Yeah, I have them both signed on that same poster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Back to the Future your favorite film?
It's the movie I remember watching most as a kid, and it just imprinted on me. That DeLorean, that shot of the DeLorean coming out of his delivery van, and just seeing that car, just absolute awe of it, like and the music, like it wrapped me. I just got into it as a kid, and it's still my favorite movie of all time. It's damn near a perfect movie.
Did you like the films after that, the sequels?
Yeah. I like Back to the Future 2 more than 3.
Okay.
3 I think is probably the weakest. But yeah, I really like Back to the Future 2. I still think that is just as good as the first one.
I like 2 more.
And that's hard to do.
I like 2 more than 1 because just don't get me wrong, I love 1's a classic. I love 1, but number 2 is just so crazy and wild.
Okay.
Like the fit hits the shan for them in that movie. They've got to fix everything, and that's what's great about it. I actually really enjoy that.
The scene where Marty is looking at himself with Crispin Glover and his mom there, and it's like when you see Biff just rolling, hey butthead, it's like he just gets right next. Like that still scares the living shit out of me. Like, it is still just like, oh holy fuck, like he's gonna get the shit kicked out of him, and he does. I mean, it still gets me.
Drew, what's your favorite film movie?
You know, I honestly don't have. I have a constantly revolving top 10. You know, but like the ones
I think because you rediscover films.
Yeah.
You like rewatch something and you're like, oh my God, this was amazing.
Yeah. Like case in point, one of my all-time favorites now is Sorcerer by William Friedkin.
Yes. Yeah. I remember you told me about that.
Kyle, I actually sat down with Kyle to watch that, and Kyle was blown away from what I recall.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We Max, the 3 of us, we need to get a group of us to do like a live stream, like a live watch. We can't show it obviously, but like a hangout stream where we're watching it, you know, and because that's one of those I can watch at any time. It's just a crazy movie. The Thing by John Carpenter. That's like a near perfect horror film. It's a perfect film. Yeah,
I think there are very few perfect films in life. Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Thing are 2 of them right there. I think they are 10s out of 10s.
So. I would say the original Die Hard with okay, perfect action film. That is like arguably the greatest action film ever filmed. The original RoboCop, I still hold that in very high regard. I can watch that anytime, any day of the week. Mark McGrath just said, yeah, that's the one where they're transporting the truck with explosives. Yes, that is the one. Yeah. Another one would be like when it comes to comedy films, like I got to put Blazing Saddles up there. That is arguably one of the funniest films ever filmed. You will never make that again.
Okay.
Monty Python, The Holy Grail. That's another one I hold in very high regard. Because I truly believe, firmly believe, like if you're going to mock something, you have to have respect for it first. You know, if you're going to do that, and they do clearly in that film. Yeah, those are just some. And Heat with Robert De Niro and.
Oh wow, the 3.5 hour long movie.
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
You do not feel the length of that movie. When you hear how long it is, it's like, is it really that long? It really, that movie does not drag for me one bit.
No,
that's fair. That's fair. I will say, I think ultimately, I mean, it's always been this for me, but it's just become more apparent as I get older. But for me, I think my favorite film of all time, and I'm going to regard all three of them as one film because I think to tell the story, you need all three as one long story, is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think, and I know, Drew, you're not a fan, but I truly think that there has never been something like that in cinema history. What Star Wars did for the culture of nerds and fandom, I think was great, but they're not... When you look at Lord of the Rings, they are beautifully produced and made and films that like really broke the seal on a lot of CGI and a lot of what fantasy could be. Whereas Star Wars did that for like the sci-fi genre back in the 70s. So Lord of the Rings has such a cultural significance. And I feel like those three films made such an impact on the world that I don't think anything could beat them. And I think right behind that, in a close second, is Gladiator. Russell Crowe, Ridley Scott directing. Ridley Scott was probably at his peak when he directed
still
Gladiator.
Good Ridley Scott, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say, because Ridley Scott, when he's good, is unbeatable. Alien, perfect film, right?
Yeah.
Ridley Scott later, you know.
Very hit and miss. Much more miss than hit.
Yeah. So,
and wasn't that Oliver? I think that was Oliver Reed's last film, right? Yeah, Oliver Reed. Yeah, he played like the older. He played like the older guy, the older gladiator, retired gladiator.
Yeah, he died while filming. That's why he CGI'd towards the end there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, sorry, we got on a little tangent on movies.
Oh, real quick, another favorite of mine, another all-time favorite is the original Exorcist. That is one of my all-time favorites as well.
Classic horror. Classic horror.
Cal and I were talking about that actually last weekend because we watched the trailer for the new film and I was just dying laughing watching the new trailer because it's
not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close. And what's great about that original Exorcist film is, like Cal and I said, like it's that verisimilitude. You know, it's just how everything felt real in that film. You had a mother doing everything she could, going everywhere, anywhere, like any scientist, doctor, whatever, to find out what is wrong with her daughter. It wasn't until like the very, very end she got desperate and they're like, "You have religious beliefs?" You know, oh, maybe there is religious ties to this. At the very end, that's the last thing to resort to. They didn't automatically jump to she's possessed. It's like.
And I think the reason why that movie worked so well is because during that time, culturally, more people were more devout Christians. There were more people that had some sort of faith, involved in their home or in their family. So when something like this came out, it was horrifying. It was terrifying for a lot of people because in the home at that time in the 80s, early 80s.
It was it was 78.
Or was it? Late 70s. Yeah. So even more so, you had that classic nuclear family, or is that the right word?
Well, it was a divorced family. It was a divorced family.
Yeah.
So
again, all the more shot. It's like
all the more reason to. You're already putting in, the family is divided already. You've got this daughter who's having issues, and now there's this demonic, satanic thing. People that was right before probably Satanic Panic, or maybe around then.
Satanic Panic wasn't until the late 80s. That was the late 80s when Satanic Panic kicked in. Yeah, middle late 80s. But this was before all that, and it is watching that film. Listening to the commentary behind the scenes, just how hard they worked on that film, to make it all feel real and not to go. I mean, granted, they have to get crazy, and they do, but like toward the beginning, leading up to everything, it just feels so real. Everything that's going on, creepy.
Yeah. Mike Has Bad Knees says The Lord of the Rings is the only movie that I watch every single year, so I would have to agree with MVP, except for the last 35 minutes of The Return of the King. Ooh, Mike Has Bad Knees. I agree with you. I watch the trilogy every single year, extended edition. I watch all the appendices as well every single year. I do disagree with you though. I think the last 35 minutes of The Return of the King are great. I could not watch it without those 35 minutes. It wraps everything up and it's perfect. It's a perfect ending to a perfect film. What's up?
You bow to no one.
You my friends. You bow to no one. Yeah. So good.
Every time. God damn.
That I think when he sees Eowyn for the first time, when she takes the banner away and they see each other for the first time, that hits me hard. And then my friends, you bow to no one. And then also the shores, not the white shores, the what do you call it? Basically the send off of
the dock with the boat.
The elves. God,
kills me every time. Another favorite of mine, real quick. Another favorite of mine. I just realized.
You can't have 10, 20 favorites, Drew.
I have a top 10. Is Excalibur. Another one of my all-time favorite films. I rediscovered that film after Batman vs Superman because it's referenced in the film, and I rewatched this film, and it is amazing. It is a truly epic, awesome, kick-ass King Arthur story.
I gotta watch that.
Yes,
there's some big names in it too before they were names.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, but smoking hot Helen Mirren. She's 20 something in it, and
okay.
Yeah,
Liam Neeson's young as shit.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. Gabriel Byrne is in it.
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne. Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart's in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Soul Assassin says the original Exorcist was original and sent movie theater attendance to the hospital or to church. New one, it's all been done. Oh yes, and that's the thing is like these rehashes and revamps and reboots. It's been done before, and there's no actual new creative spark to these films that is adding anything to the
back the original mom from the first film. It's like, are you kidding me? Really?
It's what you guys
do it all. She wasn't an expert in exorcism, and she still isn't an expert. She just saw two priests get a demon out of her. It's like, and one of them jumped out the window. Spoiler alert! And it's just like, okay.
You guys don't understand, okay? Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight.
Tonight. Waiting for tonight.
Tonight. Yeah, that is so funny because I remember when you guys are big fans of the Halloween franchise, and so when y'all watch that, I just remember your reactions to it, like being like, it's so bad it's good, like it's so bad it's almost funny,
Yeah.
So they're comical. Halloween ends. I haven't rewatched it since the theater, but
we were laughing in the theater.
I'm gonna be laughing my ass off. I think we were the only ones laughing our asses off in the theater for that one.
Yes,
that's amazing. Everyone's probably looking back at you too, like, shut up.
And they were.
Well, they should have known that after Halloween 18 that it wasn't going to be good. So well. This brings me to after our tangent. This brings me to some of my pickups this week, and I told you guys this was going to be a big week for show and tell. So I'll get some of the ones that were just fun pickups out of the way. So this is Wonder Woman issue 67. This is yes, Brian Boland cover. Nice. Gorgeous. I haven't put this in Mylar yet, but for some reason these Boland covers are really hard to find. I wonder why. But they're also very sexualized for the most part. And this one, from when I was looking it up, this is what's called the bondage cover because she is enslaved on this kind of like slave world. So I thought that was, she's got like the collar and the chain and everything. But the storyline was actually recommended to me by our good friend Joe Corallo.
That's right.
He said, Yeah, he said issue 65 or 64, something like that, through 70 something, when Wonder Woman goes to space and she fights this alien race. He was like, you definitely got to pick this up. And I've been reading this series and it's really good. It's fantastic. And not because, oh, it's an older book. It really is written well. So I like it a lot. And that cover is just so good. Another naughty book, or a naughty cover. So this is the book of Even More Outrage, signed by Frank Cho himself. So this was selling at San Diego Comic-Con. I wasn't able to get my hands on it, but he was selling these on Whatnot for, you know, his regular price or whatever. But inside here are all his like sketches of Power Girl and Red Sonja and all the ones that we absolutely love. So I had to get my hands on the book of Even More Outrage. So
Kyle and I don't know if Kyle has one. Maybe he does, but I've got one. It's the original one he did, of the original book of Outrage he did.
Oh, and that's hard to find.
Yeah, I got mine. Mine's personalized. What he said to me was actually pretty funny.
Oh, that's good. The next, and well, so the next time, if I do ever get to see him again, which I'm sure I will, but he's very hard to find. He normally shows up late, and he's not cheap. You know, so
little heads up, Max. We're talking with Frank. We're talking.
Interesting. Okay. We'll you'll have to let me know in backstage once the stream's over. But that I'm interested. You have my interest, sir. And then this one, this was just, you know, I had some extra change and I was like, fuck it, why not? It's you know, it's just, you know, something small. It's no big deal or whatever. But some extra scratch. So I said, why not? But speaking of San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, this is the Transformers ash can in a comic book size, not an ash can size.
Yes.
And perfectly in Mylar, good shape. Let's see if it'll focus on this bad boy. Man, the Mylar really loves to reflect.
Yeah, especially the old 90s comics with like the holofoil cards and chromium.
Yeah.
It really does.
I almost like it better though, because it presents the comic so much better. Like it makes it look so much nicer. But we can thank our friend Kyle for this, because he actually got his hands on a few copies. And I said, sir, I will gladly pay you today for a Transformers comic book tomorrow. And he said, all right, well, I'm going to charge you the going rate of, what is it on eBay? $150 or whatever.
At least, and it's going to go up by the minute. The second you say no or hold on, it's like, oh, going up another $5.
Exactly. Or once the actual book comes out, because this isn't even issue 1, this is just the ash can. So once the actual story comes out and people start reading this and they're like, this is badass, I have a feeling people are going to want to get their hands on this, and it's going to go up again, because it's going to have a few spikes. The first one was San Diego Comic-Con, and it's going to kind of level out maybe. And then the second one is when that issue 1 is going to come out again, I think in October.
Yep.
So,
so have you peeked in there yet?
No.
Oh. Well,
I have not.
This, Max, like that stream you sent us in our little group tech chat.
Yep.
Some of those pages are in that book of like the of the ship and everything. They're in that.
Yeah. And that's actually what we're going to look at after this.
Okay.
Was his stream, because I want to go through some of those original art pages. I can't wait for this series. We're gonna watch that Daniel Warren Johnson stream, and because I'm afraid, like, I'm gonna go through this with gloves, honestly. So later tonight when we're done, I'm gonna open this bad boy up. So yeah, in case we don't actually get to look at this particular copy, we will see the YouTube video that I'm going to show real quick. So, but huge shout out to Kyle for that, and thank you, because he came in clutch with that, and that was huge. So I'm very glad to have that. But most likely I'll be I'm wondering if I should maybe put that up, up here somewhere. So, because this is an Eric Larson cover of Venom, and I don't need Eric
I
Larson
like
on
that
my
cover.
wall anymore.
Yeah, that's a fun cover. I have that. I have one of those. It's a nice
Yeah.
cover, but
It's a great cover, and it's Venom at his peak. But do I really want Eric Larson, or do I want Daniel Warren Johnson? Come on. So we'll see. And then yeah, some
Toyota next
X-Men
to a
and stuff.
Bentley. It's like, come on now, like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Well, you can't get rid of Jim Lee because he's the greatest artist of all time. So
Who?
Lee
Jim
right
Lee?
there on X-Men. So
Well, you know what's funny? I just realized this is X-Men Jim Lee. This was the Wolverine versus
Omega Red.
Omega Red cover, which is one of my favorites of all time.
Yep.
Also Jim Lee. This is the original series Frank Miller Wolverine issue number 1.
Yep.
This is the X-Men
Jim
Uncanny
Lee.
X-Men issue Jim Lee of Captain America, Black Widow, and Wolverine, who he signed. So he got this one signed.
Good.
And then this is Punisher
by Jim Lee.
Jim Lee cover. So it's
See?
like
You're just proving my point.
but you know what I don't have? That stupid Batman cover that is some, second print or variant or something. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't
608
care.
second print.
Yeah, it's like it means
You'll
nothing.
get there eventually. You'll get there.
Do you want the first appearance of Wolverine and Punisher fighting in their very own book with a Jim Lee cover? I think that's better, but I don't know.
No, it's not.
This last one though, this one I had to search around because this is sold out. It's quite pricey on eBay, but this guy was selling it. It's a used book, but it came in perfect condition. But this is an artist edition.
Oh.
I've been really digging the Kelly Jones Batman stuff. And so this is the gallery edition or the artist edition of the Kelly Jones Batman. And honestly, I actually prefer reading these Batman issues in black and white because it is better as a noir horror story than it is as a colored DC book. So I think the cool thing about this gallery edition is that it's each page. So you're literally getting, like in that first issue, this is issue 515, and this is page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. So you are getting the whole comic in here just of his artist edition. So I'm stoked to have this thing. It's another great addition to the collection. But yeah, the different like all the different types of techniques that he uses, whether it's the screen tone, like something like screen tone that's used here, which is more of a gray and the dots.
You got the zip
but then
tone?
the zip tone or the screen tone. I forget how to say it. But then you've got like, line work and cross hatching, and then like perfect inking here, and then you have like more cross hatching and shading here. You have like each one of these modalities of drawing and sketching is lined out in this book, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to going through this and reading all of Kelly Jones's Batman stuff in black and white, which is how I honestly think it should be. So yeah, I'm very stoked for.
That's cool.
For that.
I've always wanted to go back and read that because as a kid, when that was coming out, I'm like, Batman's ears aren't that long. Like that's not Batman. Like
yeah.
Like, as a kid, it always bothered me. I'm like, that's not Batman. That's somebody else as Batman because he doesn't have those long. So it always bothered me as a kid.
You know what's funny is in the story, Tim Drake Robin, who is Tim Drake Robin, not not Riley Rossmo's Tim Drake Robin.
Yeah, he's not Robin.
Robin. Tim Drake Robin and Nightwing are in the Batcave with Batman, and he's putting his new suit on that's all black with the like long ears. And they're like, what is that? So they actually acknowledge that he's putting on a weird suit, and he's like, it's my new like Kevlar. So kind of a cool issue. But I thought I saw something. Oh, Soul says, if you're interested in Transformers, there's a YouTuber called Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. he knows a lot about the Transformers lore and figure history. Wow.
I wouldn't have guessed that from that name.
Right?
Not even
I
close.
would have yeah, no, I would have never guessed that. But
Nope.
how cool. I will have to check that out. Thank you, Soul. Let's see. What else was I thought I saw something else. Mark, yeah, here we go. Mark says the writer of Wonder Woman 67, William Mesner Loebs, is having a very hard time of it. I think someone has set up a GoFundMe for him. Very sad. Oh no.
So,
I'm so sorry to hear that.
last year there was a the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund and Hero Initiative and everything else. They had, and there was a GoFundMe. They actually were able to get him into a home. They actually funding and everything. They got him into a home last year. So.
Okay.
Which is good because for a while there he was like homeless and it was not good. Was not a good situation considering how much this guy had done.
Of course, yeah.
Comics. He's in a good home right now, so he's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Man, that's so scary and it's so sad to hear. You see these creators like the freaking creator of Wolverine died in the hospital with zero money to his name. You know what I mean? Like what's her name? The trans woman who just passed away, Perch's friend. She did all those DC books.
Max?
I'm blank. No. There was a different. This woman was like writing in the 80s.
Rachel Pollack. That's right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Rachel Pollack. She just passed away, and DC really didn't, from what I could tell, do anything for her. Like it's sad to see these creators just like dropping like flies. And what are the companies doing? Is nada, zero. Oh well. But in terms of Batman's ear size. Do you guys like the little pit bull, things? Like the little points?
Oh yeah.
Or do you like mid size? Or you like the crazy, Kelly Jones?
For me, the best ones. I actually told him Tom Grummett. I met him at the Heroes Con in North Carolina. I told him he did the best he did for Batman. Where it's like he kind of made the bat ears small, but they kind of curled up from the back. They kind of like
interesting.
And he gave his cape had like kind of like a pointed end at the top, like cape pointed up, and it would flow down. He gave some good cool aesthetics to the bat costume.
Okay, nice.
I think Jim Lee did it perfectly. And,
my Lord. How did Jim Lee do the bat ears? I think they're just like perfect symmetrical triangles, right? They don't have any curve or anything.
No.
Well, they don't need to because they're perfect.
Kyle, you should know. You've looked at that cover. You see that cover every day.
I do, and I kiss it every night before I go to bed.
He just takes it off the wall and just good night, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like kind of perfect triangles.
Damn right, they're perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect or imperfect. They're impractical.
Yep.
I don't know if I like the curved in. I like the mid range. So I like the short ones look pretty cool. They make them look beefier, but the mid ones, I think it's a perfect mixture of modern and also classic. The Kelly Jones, I think, are a fun delineation, but I could not see Batman with that every single time. Like every comic with the bunny ears, there's no way. But I do like.
It's like
I do like the absurdity of that, and because Kelly Jones has almost a cartoonic style to it, I respect it a lot. And it's like very vampiric, like the cape and the ears is like just super vampire energy. So I respect it. But yeah, for me, I think the somewhere right in the middle is a good what would you call it? Good
Happy
average.
medium.
Yeah, happy medium. So let's get into some of the books that we read. Do you want me to pull up? I've got Sacrificers up right now.
Sure.
Let's get that
Do
out
you
of
want
the
to do
way.
that one first? What's up?
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, we should probably get some of the worst of the week out of the way, hey?
Yeah.
So, yeah, immediately after seeing the cover, I was like, Drew, what are you going to make me read? Come on.
Yep, I understand. I
was like, it's going to be like it's also Rick Remender.
Yeah,
who
and he's very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. Like,
Hey, Dead Space is awesome. Dead Space is awesome.
He didn't write Dead Space.
Yeah, he did. The video game.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Rick Remender wrote the video game story for Dead Space?
Yeah. One of the two writers for it, yeah.
Wow.
I know that. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Osbedney says, tell us how big you like Batman's ears. Yeah. Of course. That's yeah. Flaccid, what's up, Don? MVP is like Josh. They like it up the middle.
No.
Yeah, Mike's warming us up for you, Don. So he's giving the foreplay. But Don, by the way, I heard y'all's Wednesday night stream. Josh said y'all's Wednesday night stream got a little wild. So you're gonna have to send me the link because I can't find it anywhere. So you'll have to let me know what happened. Maybe Zaxx took it down. Who knows? But so right away, we see the Rick Remender name, and like you said, hit or miss, but he's very high, like his wording, his dialogue, it's highly intellectual, right? I think you have to really, you can't just crack this book open and go, I'm gonna, be watching a movie and reading at the same time. Like for me, I had to like sit down and actually pay attention, look at everything, look at the context and everything. But
I mean, what really worried me was the image logo.
that too.
And honestly, some of the last stuff I've read from him, like it hasn't been the best. Like he did a series called The Scumbag, which I didn't care for. It was completely unoriginal.
Yeah.
And so I saw this, I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens. But yeah, this really surprised me.
He did do a great series back in the mid 2000s. There was Uncanny Avengers, I want to say.
Yeah, he did. He actually did Uncanny Avengers. He did Uncanny X-Force. He did a lot of projects at Marvel in the mid 2000s.
The X-Force run that he did was fantastic. It's still, a lot of those collected editions are still sold out.
Yeah.
But I came to really like this art. What did you guys think about it?
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed, and even more so than the art, the concept designs. Like the characters for this series or this first issue are brilliant. Like this creates a world that I want to live in. It's so cool. Well, maybe not live in, but like,
yeah, I don't know if I want to live in this world. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
But like
in this world.
No, not at all. But like automatically, like stuff like this, and then when the king comes, this was so cool. I was looking at just the concept of this alone. I was like, I'm here for it. I'm here for this ride. But they really do some great world building, which is difficult to do in a first issue that's only 22 pages, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we're introduced to this kind of quaint farmhouse, and we see that the family that's like kind of praying before their meal is a family of like pigeon people.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least that's what I get. These are like pigeon people, right?
Yeah. No deal with them.
What's up?
We have no deal with them.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I forgot that episode. Was it the same episode that the squirrel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
What pigeon? You remember that squirrel?
We had a deal. So this, I don't know what about this, like this panel in particular, but you really get the artist was really the visual storytelling, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The artist is doing both jobs. He's telling the story and he's doing a great job of illustrating the story. Like I feel the anger of this father in this panel, you know, when he's fucking just kicking down the door. But we find out later why this dad is so upset at this son and why he didn't want the mother to see him later, I guess. Why it was so hurtful for her to see him at the dinner. So, but yeah, man, like stuff like this where there's really not a lot of dialogue, but there's so much emotion. I really like that.
Yeah, it was perfect. You don't need it. It's like, there you go. You have the art telling you what's going on. It's like, oh, I understand exactly what's going on. I get a feel for both of these characters, what they're going through. I completely understand it. I don't need exposition dumps, Chris Claremont level of dialogue bubbles explaining every movement you've made or making or going to make and why you made them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And from this title page, it looks like Rick Remender, Fiumara, and Russ Wooten and Dave McCaig. This looks like something that they have either planned for a while or maybe like this may be like a passion project, because I don't know, just something about this says that they know more about this story, that like they have a big story to tell, if that makes sense.
It looks epic. It looks like the Game of Thrones intro is what it looks like.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Sure.
And stuff like this where we're introduced to this daughter who is kind of a spoiled brat.
Yep.
These little animal things. That's like, is that a pig? Is that a dog? Is that a what are these things?
All of them.
It's all of it put together.
She's pretty much the exact opposite of the kids in that family. That's a good.
Yes, that is kind of a good juxtaposition. She has everything.
Yes,
and is spoiled rotten, and
she doesn't
is
have to
kind
make
of
a sacrifice. She's there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Her life is, she's living life on easy mode, and she is not one of the ones that would ever be sacrificed because of, like, I guess her status, right?
Yep.
She's living life, her privilege, if you will. And her dad shows up, and we see how, like, Vane, I think this is his wife, because he also has a mistress, from what I remember him saying.
Yes.
But you've got like this fountain that shows her youth, like her most beautiful self. I thought that was kind of interesting, because you look at her here and she's like, ugh. But just the concept design, like I said, of the father, of this kind of sun god, because we later see that what he's able to do with his powers is pretty much light or ignite the sun for the world, right?
Yep.
That's what I got from this.
Yeah.
He is the sun. Yeah.
Yeah. Because at the very end of the book, I don't know if you guys read it as well, but Rick Remender himself says that, like, there's a lot of different ways to interpret this, and he's not going to he's not going to hold the reader's hand through his books.
And that's good. I like that. He also said in the back, like, he loves David Lynch.
Yes.
Very close to him. And it's like, David Lynch does not hold your hand at all on the story.
Well, he literally drops you in the middle of a story, and it's like, don't worry about the beginning or the end, really. It's just a little segment at time.
Yeah, it's just kind of, you are in this world now. So
I love it.
But I passed through this kind of section here, but the daughter is talking about how she believes she's old enough now to what is it? She she wants to be invited to some sort of gathering, right? Or some sort of like event, gala, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, now that I'm 18, I think it's time that I join. And he says, when you're older, much older, dear girl, trust me, this is good intention and wisdom behind my decree. Don't tell me what's best for me. I get what I want. Super spoiled and
Yeah.
kind of bitchy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But this was kind of a good look into. Yeah, really, yeah, right. And I love this line though from the dad. He says, "I meant it as a father looking to protect his daughter." That is how I think this god would try and look after his own. So that's fair. But we kind of see that he's not like the greatest guy, because I think he's also the one who's wanting the sacrifices.
Yes.
Yes.
Sacrifice to the sun god. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, right.
Sun's got to rise.
Sun's got to rise somehow.
Mhm.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Yep. Can't rain all the time.
Can't rain on. Yeah, there you go. Was that? Yeah, that's Crow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So these, oh my
I
god,
love
this
that.
panel, dude,
So cool.
this was
Even
so
Kelly
cool.
Jones ears.
Right? Yeah.
Batman ears. Here we go. Yeah.
There's a part of me that, because we have these pigeon people, there's a part of me that maybe thinks this is a rabbit, like some sort of demonic rabbit thing.
Could be.
Because like this looks like maybe a lizard back here. I don't know, but like this looks like a regular human.
That
So
was
I
me
don't
too,
know.
yeah.
I don't know what the hell this thing is. It's horrifying.
It's where the humans are ugly and they're normal. It's like a Twilight.
Yeah, yeah. But no, this is just. It's time for the harvest. Like this was straight out of a horror film. I loved the armor, the context of like these almost executioner like people who are coming to collect their tax.
Yeah.
And
Cenobites.
this, yeah. Oh my God, you're right. They are, huh? Yeah,
Mhm.
like this one especially. And the dad kind of trying to stick up for his son or his child, but ultimately knowing that in the end he's going to have to give it to him, give his son up to these, evil beings.
Yeah.
So I did want to say though, this is how I interpreted it. The dad sent the son out of the house because out of sight, out of mind, and they knew that they were going to sacrifice him. And so they wanted to keep him in the barn so that the mother wouldn't see him and be sorrowful. Is that okay?
Yeah. That's how I read it.
It's like
Okay.
it mixes with the kids too. Like the kids felt bad and they're trying to sneak him food, everything out.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
Exactly. But the dad knows ultimately
yeah.
that he's going to have to give up one of his children.
Yep. The tide. You gotta pay the tide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay the troll toll to get into that boy's hole, but boy's soul. But like he tries to stand up, but just this line, he's already gone, father. Like,
Damn.
there's just no use. No use. And the boy kind of says, "You know what? It's my duty to go. I'm going to take my place as the sacrificer. I am the sacrificer." I don't know if we will see any more of this pigeon family after this book. I think it'd be cool to know more of the father, but I think we're honestly going to see more of the sacrificers, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is just a moment in time. I feel like their story is done.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, this was also this like claw thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed the imagery. He kept pointing this claw thing, like you can see
them in his hand or where was it? I didn't understand.
Yeah, it's like his hand, right?
Yeah, I think it's because on his, here it is right here.
Yeah, I think it's his hand.
But I thought it was on his, it's hanging off his belt here. So I wonder if maybe he has, like it's attached to his hand or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought it was his hand, but he kept, like pointing it. He kept saying like, Clink, take your spot in line, boy. Would you prefer I choose another? He's like very incessant about like making sure that they know the imagery of this like claw thing.
Yeah.
And then they head out. But yeah, I mean, look at this art, man. It's gorgeous.
It's awesome.
And off they go. And in the sunset, you can see kind of that sun god face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he says perfect harmony and order under one simple condition, one simple sacrifice. Now, do you think that's one simple sacrifice per year? Per family?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one group of a sacrifice, he means. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, perfect harmony and order under one simple condition. So, and even the prayer at the beginning of the book, the father is saying, thank you for the we live in perfect peace. You know, we live in this harmony and we are grateful for the food that you provide and all this stuff. But it's only because they sacrifice. I don't know.
Well,
I'm interested. So
very Old Testament, isn't it? We have Abraham wanting to sacrifice Isaac to God, and
yeah,
right at the very end, God's like, no, I was just kidding. Jesus, like, right.
whoa.
I mean it.
You took me seriously. Oh crap!
Yeah.
Oh. He's like got the knife above him.
Yeah,
and like right as he's about to go down, he's like, "Come on, man! I was joking around."
You hear the sarcasm?
Yeah. He's like, I mean, I'm flattered that you would kill your son for me, but
I love it.
No.
But come on.
Yeah. But so this was by Rick Remender at the end. He says, David Lynch is my favorite storyteller. No other writer, director, or artist's work has had a greater impact on me growing up. On his films and television shows was my primary inspiration for becoming a writer. One of my favorite attributes of his work and public persona is that he will never explain the meaning or intention of a story. He always lets the story speak for itself. He trusts the story, lets it drift and sway, avoids cookie cutter formats, never explains anything, but instead lets the viewer take from it what they will. That's the approach we're taking here. So while this story is an examination of many topics, you will have to figure out what they are for yourself as the story unfolds issue by issue at a methodical pace. That's like music to my ears, man.
That's something very rare you don't get anymore.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many David Lynch? I mean, there'll be never be a David Lynch. I mean, how many Eraserheads are you going to get?
Oh, so good.
Mulholland
So creepy.
Blue Velvet. Blue Velvet is the one like I go to the most. That is the one that's just the most disturbing for me.
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive, Lost Highway, like just, I mean, yeah. Where are you going to get those stories like that? So like hearing that again, you're setting that bar very, very high for yourself.
Yeah.
You hit it.
So you're saying David
sure.
Lynch. Got it.
Yeah. Don, I agree, dude. Yeah. The style of the title page, the style of the artwork is the stylistic format of this is very fantasy, very otherworldly, and I like it a lot. I didn't think it was going to work at first, but like I said, as I read more and I looked at more of the artwork, I really came to enjoy it.
Yeah, David Lynch's take on Dune. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, yeah. I think the sacrificed kids team up to upend the system. That might be something cool. That would be kind of interesting. Yeah, it looks like something a blacksmith would use for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if they have like shackles and stuff. So yeah, I thought this was very, in other words, as Elaine's, as the baby, what's the baby guy would say? Breathtaking in Seinfeld. Yes. Very breathtaking.
Quite breathtaking.
Quite breathtaking.
Dr. Ben Fafa.
Dr. Ben Fafa. You gotta see the baby. So I was Drew, thank you for recommending this, because there's no way in hell after seeing the cover I probably would have read this, but after on your recommendation, I'm very glad I did, because this was my number 2 this week. So
you're welcome.
Now, do you guys think this will end up like, Kyle, what was the book that you read that you were like, this is going to be the next Shakespeare? This is going to be the next big thing. This is like, you know, it's got so many levels. It's so deep. and then it just fell off
20th
on
century
issue.
men.
Something killing.
Tony,
the
yes,
children.
yes, yeah. Do you guys think this is going to be the next 20th Century Men?
I fucking hope not, because that thing fell off a goddamn cliff.
Really, it fell off quick. Yeah.
It was so good. I mean,
Not
they
according to some
tried way
YouTubers.
too hard. That's somebody that tried too hard to be Alan Moore, and they thought they were Alan Moore, and it's like, you're just a fucking dunce. And it's like, no. Nice try, though.
Nice.
So I don't know. I hope this person's not like, I love David Lynch more than anything, and I'm going to try to ape David Lynch and fail miserably. I really hope. I hope not.
I think Rick Remender is a very talented writer, and I think that he will not get too caught up in the I want to be something that I'm not. I think he's just going to be very interested in telling the story a certain way, which will not be holding our hands. It will be sequential. It will be world building over months at a time. I have high hopes for this. I see it going in good places. If they can keep up the storytelling through these characters, because I like that they're not telling us everything. I like that we have questions, And
it breeds discussion. That's what I want out of books.
Absolutely.
I want to be able to have different interpretations of stuff.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Now, do you guys want to do Iceman or do you want to do Fire and Ice? Two ices.
Two ices.
Let's do Fire and Ice. Let's do Fire and Ice.
Cold as ice? Okay.
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Ice.
What?
Yeah, what?
What?
Let's see. Fire and Ice, issue number uno. So was there anything for this book that you guys was there something about this book that really stuck out to you? Was there one thing in particular that you were like, this is my big takeaway? Or did you think it was solid overall?
I felt it was solid overall. One, it helps you got Bill Willingham writing it. Great storyteller, longtime storyteller, known for Fables. It was a writer-artist at DC in the 80s and 90s, and it all felt very natural. It flowed very well. The art is beautiful. The covers are beautiful.
Yeah.
The dialogue's terrific. Yeah, I had so much fun. And every character, they're all unique in here. You have beautiful kids, you have beautiful adults, you have Cro-Magnon people in this too.
Yeah.
There's some great visuals in this. The art is terrific.
Yeah, I thought the jungle itself felt like a character in this that they were in.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah, I agree. It in terms of its, because when I compare this to what Opus is doing right now with what I see a lot from Opus is that they take a painting from Frank Frazetta and they go, let's introduce it into the world, even though it has like no context. So they kind of have to create the backstory for the painting. And I don't know if maybe because they already had the movie that kind of helped, or if, like you said, this is Bill Willingham doing his creative work. But the story flowed really well for me. You're introduced to a lot of these characters, and it is very much like a Game of Thrones in terms of like backstabbing and, murderous tribes people and like Cro-Magnon men and stuff, and like all these wanderers. And there's so many different things going on, but you can follow it throughout the entire thing because the story is well told. And fantastic art. This was the Frazetta cover.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like that, like on page 11 when that like conquistador guy shows up. Speaking of Excalibur, I got that Excalibur when you first see him right there, like
there he is.
Armor shot, like upward angle, like in that movie Excalibur, like their armor is just beaming off of them, the light, and it's I got that vibe from this character here in this armor. It's so fucking badass looking. It's like a Final Fantasy.
It very much is that kind of like over the top, like huge shoulder pads and pauldrons, like spikes sticking out everywhere.
Yeah.
Great character design. and the art is gorgeous, man. Like this would be a great page, like an original art page to hang up.
Oh, I love it.
Even this one, dude. Like, look at the
yeah.
detail in that horse. Like this looks like, very Frazetta-esque.
Yeah, most artists hate drawing horses, so if you can do a good one,
that is true.
And they are impossible to draw. You think?
Yeah, I remember
hands and
Neil Adams talking about in an interview with Kevin Smith on Fat Man on Batman, talked about how he had to draw on a cover a lying. He had to. This is the actual cover. If you look it up, it was a dead horse lying on the ground with a guy hiding behind the horse trying to shoot like an alien or something. Like in front of him or behind him. It's like, what the hell kind of cover is that? That's nuts.
Yeah. Jeez, man. That would be brutal.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you were saying, the jungle almost kind of has a personality or a character in it of itself. And this is kind of not the raiding party, but the traveling party of these young men, these young boys
Soon to
that
be
are
warriors,
learning.
Squires learning to be warriors. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. And this is their mentor. And I'm thinking right off the bat, I love the art. I love the mentorship by this masculine figure who is leading these young boys. I love the dialogue. And I was like, I wonder if we're going to see through the eyes of this group. I wonder if this book is going to be following this group through this world. And we find out very quickly that that's not the case. So spoilers.
God, the teeth.
Dude,
you see the teeth fly. It's like,
yeah.
That was my, like, when I saw the teeth, I was like, oh no. Oh, because that it came at a velocity so fast and like brutal. It just, done.
Yeah.
Donezo. And then he falls in the fire. So, like,
insult to injury, literally. Yes.
Insult to injury. And this is after some good dialogue and like bonding time with these young boys who are asking these questions of like, what is good in life? What should I be looking forward to? And their mentor, their coach is saying like, maybe you could be a teacher, or I'll provide you more questions later. Maybe you could be a warrior. It is preferable to become a brave warrior or to be rich in lands and crops with which to provide for kin and clan. So he's kind of telling these young boys like there are many different ways of growing up and becoming something. Boom.
And we kill that idea. We kill it. We burn it.
And then we get the Cro-Magnon men that are just absolutely slaughter. Kaluga. And this is their kind of like leader, quote unquote. The dude bro guy.
He's a city boy.
Yeah.
Oh no, not city boy. we won't bring city boy into this. But he is a mama's boy because we find out that the like mom, I think she is. Yeah. She's like, yeah, excellent done, my most favored son. Now hurry home. Because she's like, these tasks are for second sons, not my first son, my beloved.
It's fair.
So they capture one of the young kids to be sacrificed for this witch. And all the while, this kind of like Conan / death dealer character is watching everything from afar.
Always watching.
Always watching was a house.
Never doing, just watching.
Yeah, just watching. This was when I got scared. I saw the two strong, independent women.
Oh yeah.
But no, even the mom is super mentor. Like, or she's a great mentor. Yeah. I thought the two women were done fairly well.
They were. Everyone has been so far.
Yeah. She even says to her daughter, "Take a lesson from that. Big magic has big consequences, all too often unanticipated." Interesting. They don't charge into the fight and go, "We're the bestest ever," and just kill everyone.
Easily.
Queen Slay.
Queen Slay. The mom is like, "We're gonna stay back. We're gonna hunt. We're gonna see what sort of mischief they're up to, and we're gonna, kind of determine how we need to pursue this band of like Cro-Magnon."
And another guy, Bill Willingham, he's another guy. He's pretty based. He's pretty
nice.
He's a good guy. And like if it were someone else, I wouldn't put it past any other writer to insert like a 15-year-old African American girl who's overweight, who's half head shaved, and can barely walk through a jungle.
Fights all these creatures incredibly easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who kills every male character that shows up.
Yep. Kills everyone.
Yeah. Look, he can barely lift a rock. How in the hell are you able to do that?
Josh, I cannot say this on my stream. I cannot. I will get demonetized. I will get banned. I will get canceled. You can say it though. That's fine. Somebody said Queen Slay, and like some sort of magic, I appeared.
From a bundle of sticks.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're PC on here on this show. If you hadn't noticed that already, Josh.
Very,
very PC. Once again, we get another death. I'm sorry, but I did not see that. Maybe I just haven't read enough comics, but I didn't see this coming.
No, I didn't either. But I'm laughing at Josh's next comment he just made.
Oh, say it, you pussy! Say it. Say. What kind of super chat would you give me to say it?
What's your channel worth?
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Like, how much would you pay off my channel for?
Yep.
So, Josh, this is Fire and Ice by Bill Willingham. And who was the artist?
I forget the artist's name, but yeah, it's based off the Ralph Bakshi animated feature.
And the Frank Frazetta cover. Leonardo Manco is the artist. Manco. And Leonardo Manco, cheers to you, my man, because these panels are beautiful. A lot of good art this week. Conan had good art. Fire and Ice had good art. Sacrificers had great art. So
imagine that. All these indie books having great art.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Image, Dynamite, and Titan. Not one Marvel or DC.
Oh.
That's a shame. So yeah, the Necromancer brother, his name is something like Necro, right? Or something like
close to that.
Yeah, I forget what his name is, but it is something to that effect. Kills his brother. Once again, we kind of get this like creepy forest vibe.
Look at her.
We get the.
Where that was. What was she sucking on right there?
Carrot?
You sucking on that carrot? I can't tell.
Looks like some sort of fruit, maybe a carrot.
Yeah, that's like she's.
Would they find a carrot in the woods?
Sure. She would.
Why not? she'd find some phallic object in the woods. Why not?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We get a little bit of backstory for these two women, mother and daughter. But it's not like, I don't know. It's not like this isn't necessary. It's good to know kind of where they come from, especially because I think they'll probably play a bigger part later. But I mean, nothing too crazy. This is when things kind of get wild because this like witch woman and her son, who is this like giant, have been sacrificing people for their own powers. To further empower the like Ice Queen who lives in this ice palace, which is also kind of a cool concept design.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Very you get this like
with the golem
Doofus.
and his mom. Sort of.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
Very true. I thought she was gonna do something to him
Me too.
other than sacrifice him.
Like
You
at
know what
least
I'm
do
saying?
something. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there. I mean, you're right there.
Yeah,
Might-
you're right there.
might as
He's
well-
gonna die
Yeah,
anyway. I mean,
there.
you might as well end him on a good note.
yeah, I
right?
mean, come on. It's the least you could do.
It's the least you could do. I would be happy if I could end my
Right?
day.
It's like, all right, it's kind of worth it.
You know what? All right, I'll take it. So then the mom, I want to say, ends up bringing her tigre into the fight and starts taking out the giant and the witch.
Which?
Which? Josh says, let me get back to you. I'm taking my car to the shop this weekend. Let me see what the damage is first. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Be careful
right.
with the blinker fluid upgrades and the hood. As for the holes in the speed holes, be careful.
Yeah. It's like when Putty tells Jerry it's going to be a certain price, and then he and Elaine break up, and then he's like, oh yeah, we're going to charge you for the key too. And he's like, you're charging me for the key? And he's like, yeah.
Are you gonna start it?
Yeah.
You get the surcharge fee, additional surcharge fee, finder's fee. Finder's fee had to find the car.
Yeah.
The speed was on the lot. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. You found it on. Yeah, I found it on the lot.
You're gonna do the guy. I got that yellow car for you. Yellow. I wanted black. I could get you black at that price.
Yep. So, oh god, now I lost my train of thought. So yeah, Josh, just be careful they don't get you with all those bells and whistles.
Oh yeah, the gouge.
But finally, at the end here, we get the horse coming back, and he's like, "Oh, what the."
He's looking at
Where
the
the
spear
fu-
at his side. I love that too. Like he's just
Oh
running
yeah,
around.
he does, huh? I didn't even notice he
still
still had
just-
the spear there.
Yeah. They don't even
She
bother.
spears him here, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just I'm gonna just keep walking around with that thing.
Just hanging out of his freaking beer
That was
gut.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad bod gut.
Hell yeah.
And Devil Beast conjured from the night. Where'd you come from? He's with me. Dun dun dun.
And now it's start. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, next issue. Yeah, that was a little disappointing. We finally get this cool ass character. And I was like, so. But I honestly can't knock it for that because they had a lot of world building to do. They had a lot of characters to introduce. And the art is fantastic and the storytelling is really, really well done. So even though we get this guy at the last page, I'm hoping we get more of him next issue.
Let's hope so. Let's hope he does something.
Yeah. Because this could be one of those ones where next issue. Well, let's see. To save Dara and Tigra, Dark Wolf faces. Oh, so that's his name, Dark Wolf.
Yep.
Faces off against the witch Roliel's son Otwa in a deadly duel to the death. All right. Okay.
Yeah, and I trust Bill Willingham. Right, he is a very, very consistent writer. He did Batman versus Bigby, A Wolf in Gotham. Every issue was
Oh, that's
solid.
right.
Yeah,
You guys really like that one, yeah.
Oh, loved it, and I completely trust him with this.
Nice. Yeah, and the solicitation for the next issue sounds good. So I'm here for it. But like I said, this could be one of those ones where like this one and Sacrificers could be one of those like books that like the first issue just crushes it, and then the next one just
Total dog
Balls off.
shit.
yeah. So we'll see, but yeah, I mean this artwork, man, really, really cool.
It's great.
Josh says, actually, you could tell the guy assumed I knew nothing about cars. Then I said, I need you to check my rear differential as well because I can feel my back wheels getting out of sync when I turn. Damn, you showed him.
Boom. Mic drop.
Now, Josh, is that the rear differential on your car or is that your rear differential?
Ooh, was that a pickup line?
Hey, yeah. Actually, sir, I'm going to need you to check my rear differential. Well, that'll be an extra fee.
Oh.
Ooh.
How am I going to pay for this?
Yeah, that's how they all start, right?
Yep.
Hope I got the loot for this. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I am so sorry. I don't have the money to pay for this. Well, is there anything else I could do to repay you? Or it's like, Professor, I needed an A in this class. Well,
give you an A if you show me those double D's. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a D in the class. I need an A. Well, speaking of D's. Oh man. Oh no, Josh. I'm great with dipsticks. Let me check your oil.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a lot of innuendos you could do with car stuff.
There's
yeah.
so many.
That's not fair. Gay guys have a ton of great innuendos for car stuff. Well, I guess I would show off Conan because that was my number one, but it's not. Unfortunately, it's not on here.
Yeah, it's weird.
So,
like,
wait, say that again.
Made it. It's so weird that book never made it online.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, Titan Publishing, I've never heard of them before. So the only reason why I know them is because of Conan.
Yeah, they're just a European publisher mostly.
Okay.
And,
so similar to Ablaze with Sumerian. So Josh is laughing. He goes, "Gotta bounce. Love you, brother. See you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us and giving us your rear axle jokes or your rear differentials." So. And hey, look at that. Salty Traveling Sea says, "I totally bought Fire and Ice, you bigots." Prepaid for 2 and 3 too. Good. Salty, I have high hopes for this series. I really enjoyed issue 1, and you can't beat that art. So
it's true.
Salty, if you are into Fire and Ice though, check out Conan as well. I think both are very, very good. So the great thing, I don't know if you guys saw this or not.
Oh, they're recollecting them? Yeah.
The original years of Conan, Savage Sword, and the Marvel years are going to be recollected finally, because they've been out of print for years. They will be reprinted in omnibus, deluxe format, and because Marvel sure as fuck won't do it.
No.
So Titan's kind of like, well,
they can't now. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, so the rights moved over to Titan then?
Yeah, Titan has the rights now. Yeah.
Can you imagine that the second Titan gets the rights, they put out both omnibus formats for the original years of Conan, which we've been wanting for years now, and Marvel is just sitting on their ass going, no one wants to read this.
No. So. Here's more Hellfire Gala though.
That's what you really want. Yeah.
We're gonna keep putting out trade paperbacks and deluxe editions of Hellfire Gala and X-Men Green.
Yeah,
because that's what you guys want.
We heard how much you guys hated it, so we're gonna give it to you more.
I think it's bad
the
now.
more you hate something. Yeah. Speaking of Marvel and hating something, do we even want to spend our time on Iceman or no?
I think we have to.
I would say either Iceman or X-Men. X-Men, I think, is just that much worse. It's just that much stupider. But either one you can't go wrong with.
Okay. I agree with you, Kyle, because it is kind of our job to do this, eh? I mean, this is what the people come here to see. They want us to look at these books. They want to see our pain. So it's only fair that we give it to them. But
that's why we have a job.
Yes, exactly.
A dirty job. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. So here is Astonishing Iceman #1, Steve Orlando. Yeah. it's very close to Stunning and Brave Iceman. Almost there, but
Well,
astonishing.
That's literally what astonishing means. It's such a gay word. Like it makes perfect. Like when you hear, it's like, God, that's so gay. Like who says that is so astonishing?
Well, at least it wasn't as on the nose as fabulous.
That would have been good. Josh, if Josh were still in the chat, I would want him to confirm, is astonishing a gay word?
It's gotta be a gay word.
Mark McGrath says Titan published Warhammer comics for a while. Did they really, Mark? I know Boom. What's up?
Kidding. Nothing.
Did you say that's why they suck?
Nope.
Fabulous is, or astonishing is not a gay word. Confirmed by Josh.
Sorry, you're
All
wrong,
right.
Josh. You're wrong. You're wrong.
All right. Well, thank you for your input. There you go.
Yep.
I will say, Mark, I know Boom published a lot of the Warhammer stuff, and then I also know that Black Library published their own Warhammer comics for the Warhammer Monthly. And then you've also got Inferno, which was also a Black Library book, but yeah, I didn't. I'll have
Just
to
say library. You don't really need to get that political with it.
Black Library.
You can just say library.
What about White Library?
That's fine.
How about, you know what? I'll be politically correct and say African American Library.
Thank you. That's all.
Fabulous is better than astonishing. Well, for this book, fabulous is the correct word to describe Iceman. Wow, is he really back? Hashtag real experiences. What the fuck?
Like this time you open your dumbass book, it's just like, oh my God.
So you've got Polaroids, breaking news, Twitter, Reddit, Snapchat.
So clearly,
Hashtag-
another reminder: the Hellfire Gala came out last week or 2 weeks ago, and
That's true.
He was burnt to a fucking crisp in that he was melted and everything in that issue.
Yes,
and it was awesome.
He's back. So clearly, there's no consequences.
No, none at all. But he was brought back.
He killed them all. Charles Xavier said, "I killed them all. They're all gone."
Yeah.
He was brought back with love and empathy, though. Drew.
Oh, Eric. Oh, sorry. Eric O'Sullivan saw Steve Orlando at Fan Expo. Oh my God. I don't know if I would have been. I would never say anything to him. I'd just be like, "What the fuck?" I know. I would say, "What the fuck happened to you? What happened to you?"
Yeah.
Gabe Hernandez said that's not Bobby. Yeah. But yeah, Eric. Yeah, good luck is that's the most kindest way of saying this is not good. Just good luck, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You, Jack.
Yep.
Salty says, I hope this issue has helpful cat food based recipes for their fellow comic creators. Nice. Well, that's the thing, Salty, is like, who's reading this, right? Is it 40-year-old women with 30 cats and a glass of, too many glasses of wine every night? Is this for like the lesbian couple? Is this for the gay, the 21-year-old gay kid who's in college? Like,
I think it's for all of Steve Orlando's fans. If there are any at this point.
All the Steve Orlando fans.
And his friends.
Oh, yeah.
His friends at social gatherings.
More so his friends.
Where they're still wearing masks.
Yes.
And I would say for Jerry Duggan and everyone else in the X Office, because I'm sure they all love this. They all think it's stunning and brave. And the whole X Office, they can all go off a cliff, as far as I'm concerned.
And real life fans can appreciate this. Yeah.
Hey, do you guys remember a couple months back when I showed you the young kid in his college dorm, and he's like, this is peak Marvel, and he showed the X-Men book where he's like, Bobby is gay, and it's like the best book ever or something, and I was like, this has got to be a joke, right? Like, there's no way.
It's the comic book version of that scene from Law and Order. I have sex with women.
Yeah.
Oh.
Men. Or
Religion of men.
women. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, but it means you're gay.
Means you're gay.
Yeah. Means you gay. I got news for you. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh my God. I'm looking at these little things too, and it's like 7,000 retweets, 120,000 likes.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm so sure. So sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. I also like the hashtags here too. Hashtag experience.
Fuck off.
Hashtag love. Experience is the same thing as night terrors, but it's KNIGHT. You know, it's like everyone thinks they're so like, guys, what if we call it night terrors, but it's like night terrors with a K? Same thing in the X office. They're like, what if we just say experience, but like just with an X?
Give me a list of all the words with an X in them, and we'll just make it an X, and it will be awesome.
Provide the experience. Yeah.
Experience. Drew, can you tell me what's going on here? So apparently all the electronics on.
Yeah,
what?
so apparently everything from the Dark Web miniseries is coming back to life again.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Marvel crossed over finally.
Yep.
They look like Transformers, but from the dark web.
Actually, not just that, but they also this is a deep pull. I'm hoping I'm wrong. They look like those remember the SNES Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge? The little camera things? Those what those kind of things look like.
They do. That's a flying laptop with eyes, though.
Not that one, but not that. That's fucking stupid. But the two below that, those are fine.
Oh yes, those are yes. Yeah. Are those headphones also?
Yes. Yeah.
Or who the hell knows? I don't know.
I think they are headphones. Yeah.
Jesus God.
Salty says hashtag Iceman prom night train.
Whoa.
Man, I'm sure he does love that train. Yeah.
You should see the review Wes sent for tomorrow's show about Iceman. Shill.
I saw Wes's video. He went after it. Yeah. It's just fucking stupid. It's terrible.
But yeah, so these electronics are like coming to life automatically. I don't know if you guys noticed this. We're in San Francisco and you've got the pride flag hanging because, of course you're in San Francisco. So
it's not damaged. It's fine. The pride flag is fine. The Castro theater's down. But yeah.
No. Yeah, the whole city is dying, but as long as the
Castro, so they got that down. That's good.
Yeah. You know what they're gonna show? They're gonna show, like the guys at Iwo Jima, the Marines at Iwo Jima, they're holding up the flag. It's gonna be that, but like a pride flag.
Pride flag, yeah. This is
the silhouettes of those people putting that up is going to be quite diverse, I'm assuming.
Lots of different sizes. We'll say. Like one person in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Yep.
One person. Yeah.
All of them unable to lift the flag is going.
Evening, fellas. What's up, MG? Good to see you here, brother. So the electronic sentient beings are killing people with the X gene.
Sure.
X gene detected.
Yep. Yeah.
But doing it terribly.
Like from experience, and there's that experience thing again. And so he goes X gene, like from experience.
No.
But I quit. I don't take that anymore. So it's the drug that they use, right?
There's a new drug that they're taking now that's helping expand or make the experience of being a mutant better. It's a new MGH type drug where it's I guess when they're having sex, it's a drug that they use to help expand their. It's something very convoluted and stupid.
Their diameter of their member.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Something it's very San Franciscoan.
Very much so.
You don't understand
it. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. You're doing a terrible job of killing these people. You keep missing.
Trying to blast the guys in the ass. I don't know why.
I was about to say he
going for
just barely missed him. Barely missed the experience. This guy's phone is turning into a robot thing. So then finally, wait, it's fine because it's frozen. An entrance, dude.
Okay, good.
Classic, right?
Oh, thank God we have Iceman here to save the day.
Why does Iceman have a uniform on his ice body? You know what I mean? Like, why is there?
Good question.
Why is there a logo on his ice body? Right.
Well, why was he wearing boots at the Hellfire Gala or whatever? Like,
true.
don't know.
Why does Radio Shack want your phone number when you want to buy batteries? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Explain it. You can't explain it. Whatever.
No. MG just, I know, MG, you showed up at the wrong time. He just goes, oh no. It is kind of a sexy girl pose he enters with, yeah.
Is it ever?
He starts cracking jokes, right? And then these evil bigots say, one mutant here's bad enough. Now we've got two. Are you trying to get us killed? Muties are the only reason we're in trouble. You'll just make this worse. And it's like,
it's fair.
Actually, yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that I can see this happening in every other city except for San Francisco. I'm fairly certain no one would put up a fight on that at all.
All of these simps would be taking this shit. They would be like, "Okay, I'm bad. I'm sorry for my oppression. I'm evil. You're right. Yeah. I need to die."
Okay, blast me in the ass. Go for it.
Yeah.
Where are the homeless people? Where are the drug? Where are the piles of shit? Where are the drugs?
Yeah, this is a really nice looking. Like the sky is super blue. There's no like smog in the air or anything, and
no, it's not
everything. Yeah, look at this. Look at the street. It looks fairly clean if it weren't for battle droids trying to kill people. But and then. So once Iceman saves the day, he just finds the random guy he saves. Mm-hmm. They just start making out.
Yep.
Cool.
And I thought that was a joke. Like when I first heard that, I thought it was like, oh, you come on, like Iceman knows this guy. And then I read it and I was like, oh no, this is the first time he's met this person.
It's giving him his icicle. Yeah.
Oh, nice. A little popsicle.
That's how we say thank you here in San Francisco.
Just start kissing dudes, yeah.
I
wish I could.
That's the smallest amount of shit on it to lay down.
Salty says, "I wish I could be this bad at my job and then play victim and claim all my critics are bigots." Yeah, this is one of the only industries, Salty. This and maybe Hollywood. Recently, where you can fail upwards.
Yeah.
And not just fail upwards, but fail to success. Like, not just like, I'm gradually making my way up. Like, no, where you're on a book every single week or every single month. Yeah. So he says, trust me, I'd love to stay, but you know how it is, guys like me, always over too soon. So is he saying he's quick? He's too fast in bed?
Too fast,
yeah. He's quick on the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always too soon. Always ends too
way too fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So to be completely honest, I got past there and then I just skimmed through the rest of the book. Drew, I don't know if you read the rest of this, but
I tried to, but it's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's not fun. There's nothing fun about this. No. Nothing fun or engaging, and you're writing Bobby Drake completely out of character. It's a fucking, and he has his own Fortress of Solitude now with different Icemen. I don't understand what the fuck is going on here.
But hey, there's a reference to there's a reference to X-Men 1 guys on his wall, right? Remember? Do you remember, Kyle? Drew, do you remember he was on the first
remember X-Men? Remember Captain Marvel? Remember Magneto? Yeah, Magneto.
So this is a universe in which they know they're in a comic book and that is on his wall.
Great point. I did, and that's the thing is like, are you trying to break the fourth wall or
is that actually did that actually they know that this actually happened to them?
Are they saying that there was a photographer there that took that photo?
Yeah, Magneto set up a camera or something.
Are they self-aware that they know that they were that photo was made into a comic book?
Right. And
then
he wanted to put it up on his wall?
Yeah, like you said, in this universe, do the X-Men know that they are a comic team?
Right. Or did he paint that because he was like, I want to remember the X-Men, and it just so happened to be that cover?
Before my brain got altered. That's when I remember the good memories.
Right.
Subconsciously, his real self is out there. Like this
Well, ever since Gene screwed with his mind, I mean, he subconsciously he is trying to remember those pieces of himself.
The better parts of himself.
So this is like his. This is Steve Orlando's playing 4D chess here. This is like Bobby's like subconscious making these photos, putting all these things up, trying to help tell him to remember. Remember when you were straight. Remember when you had balls. Remember when you were a kick-ass
character. Remember when you actually were more than one-dimensional gay.
Yeah. When you were written with depth, but also nuance and fun, not just gay, not just he big gay or like, the difference between being written as a character or being written as a caricature of a gay man. MG says, DC, hey, we have night terrors. Marvel, hold my Bud Light. You are not kidding. You are not kidding. Fair. The art in this is not. And so here's kind of where this is such a creepy face. I hate this.
It's like a robot. That's what it is. It's a robot. It's terrifying.
No, it's an icy sex doll robot, Drew.
Yeah, Iceman's a robot.
Oh my God, you're a robot. My God, you're a robot.
Yeah.
Now, the audience may think that we're kidding, but we're really not, because by the power of empathy, this character, I forget his name, he just forms Iceman out of the snow. So enough of me feeling for him and him feeling for me. Enough for Romeo to grab hold and pull me back together.
So he made his own Iceman sex doll. Yeah.
So through the power of love and empathy, he made his own sex doll.
Hey, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Power of love.
The power of love. And the Marvel 616 2023 owned by Disney, anything can happen.
So. Hashtag Queenslay.
So we get sex doll Iceman, who is this Iceman, right? Who is the same Iceman who was saving just like 2 seconds ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
That's kind of what I'm getting at, or that's kind of what I'm seeing from this book as well.
My king. Oh, my king.
My king.
It should be like my queen. My queen.
Yeah. Empathy and frozen urine.
Hopefully
don't eat
urine.
the don't eat the don't eat the yellow snow, Mark McGrath. Anything can happen except for a good story. Exactly. I like that, MG. Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think the art isn't offensive. It's just lazy and boring, and it just feels digital. I don't know if it is or not, but it just feels digital.
It has to be digital because it's Marvel, and they're like, we gotta pump this shit out right now. Don't care. Don't put any backgrounds on anything. Barely define where you're at.
But like, I see screen tone kind of here, and kind of on the edges of this guy here, but that doesn't look like someone actually took an X-Acto knife and put the layer on. It looks like this was just digitally drawn on type of thing.
Correct.
I don't know. Oh wait, it's over? Oh no, there's still more.
No, it just
Oh.
keeps going.
You gotta
Oh,
have
it's the.
so you gotta have your.
I was just about to say you have to have your like autistic detailing of.
You need your dossier in there because we don't have a story. So let's put the dossier pages in here to fill it.
Dossier.
God, it's so gay.
An update, director. My work on narrative enforcement continues diligently. Blah 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 blah. It's just like I don't care.
No one does.
Okay. Oh, now we are done. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
These elements of doom.
Tornado Man.
Tornado Man. What? Or wait, is that a tornado man or is that a snow tornado? Tornado man.
A snow NATO.
Snow NATO. Hey.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than a cold call. Kill me. Kill me.
Even Batman and Robin never made that pun.
No. Ooh, I don't know what this is, but this is like way cooler than what we just.
Those are Legion characters. Are those
Thank you.
Legion? Yeah.
Thank you, Glorith. Yeah.
Those are Legion characters.
I think this is the uploader. Probably. So, because after each comic, there's normally like like an image of the guy who uploaded the book, or like their internet persona or whatever.
Oh.
MG, I know you were having a good night. You're gonna have an even better night because up next, I'm gonna pull up the Danny Warren Johnson stream and we're gonna take a fucking look at that art and just. I need a palate cleanser, and this is the best way to do it. So,
Feel.
Salty says, legit question: why does this comic have so many smartphone screens instead of actual panels with story and scenes? I'll go around the circle. I think, and you guys can agree or disagree. I think that this is kind of the whole movement of. Let's get a younger, modern audience. What do they relate to? Smartphones. Like kids love their phones, right? They're always on their phones. Let's do something fun.
Kids are zooming. Let's let them zoom on their phones.
Zoom. Yeah. They. Oh, dude, you haven't seen the. Holy shit, dude! You're just
ready to live.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my thing. Kyle, what do you think? Do you think there's some legitimacy in that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. And it's a dumbass's attempt at humor and trying to be funny and cute and avant-garde. Like, isn't it great? It's like, no, you're just a fucking dumbass. Like, and I cannot even tell you how stupid it is. Like, we were just talking about David Lynch and everything else. It's like, you're talking about good writers and good things. It's like, this is something they would not do. Just out of sheer principle. Like, even if they were told to do it, they're like, we're going to do it, but I'm going to make you regret that you told me I had to do something. Like, that's what you do. And this is just.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's funny. It's cool. It's hip. It's wow. And now.
Wow. And now.
Yeah.
I can definitely see them being like, hey, it's a joke. Get it? You know, like, look at how funny this is. Right? Yeah.
See, we know funny.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Drew, do you think there's have we said anything that you agree / disagree? Is there anything else you feel about that?
The Iceman comic?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a turd. I mean, everything right now in the X office is a fucking turd. Yeah. And with the exception of the out of continuity stories that they're doing, like with Storm and such. But everything is a massive turd in a turd bowl. It's a community turd bowl. Everyone is taking a shit into, and it is fucking disgusting. And it just needs to be pitched and tossed out. It's taking up everything and everyone. No one wants a part of it. Get it out of here.
Yeah. And you know what? What's crazy is that let's see here.
And you know, look. I mean, I know they say, "Oh yeah, we're changing things up. They're not bringing them back. The Help Our Gals new stats." But I'm like, fuck off. It's different. No, nothing's gonna fucking change at all. They've baited and switched our asses for the last 2, 3, 4 years now. It's all shit. And there's no way in hell Jerry Duggan's going to fucking convince me that he's going to turn things around in 6 months. Not fucking happening.
What's crazy is that every single week, though, if you look at League of Comic Geeks, the X-Men books are one of the top ones that are pulled every single week.
I don't I don't get it. I really don't.
And I wonder if it is that just because even Perch has said this before. Perch is like vehement about saying like, I hate this era of the X-Men. However, I have a complete run of Uncanny X-Men through everything. I have a complete run and I will not break it, And so a lot of these guys continue to buy it.
Just
So
completionists, yeah. And
same exact thing with oh, go ahead.
I know some people like the Hellfire Gala with the death and everything, but it's like, no. These fuckers are coming right back. Case in point, Iceman, he's already back. So, I mean, there is no consequences. These fuckers are going to be right back. They're not fucking dead. There's nothing is going to change. Nothing will change, period, at all, whatsoever.
Yeah. MG says the X Office changing things up means they're going to make atrocious comics instead of bad comics.
Yeah, they're going to step their game up with the quality, yeah.
Too funny. Mark, I never actually saw Train Spotting.
Oh, you're in for a ride.
Holy I know it's a great film. Oh, no. So switching I guess vibes here, switching sides and going from something
Gary Duggan or the X Office. Yeah.
The farthest thing opposite of everything we just talked about is this stream right here. So if you guys haven't here, let me see if I can grab the link, because I do want to try and share this as much as I can, just so Danny Warren Johnson gets credit for the stream. He has his own channel, he has his own Twitter and all that stuff. But he showed off some of the original artwork so this was an exclusive look at Transformers issue #1. And dude, some of the panels we see in this are impeccable. So these are some of the things that we will see in the first issue. But I'm just going to play some of this so we can take a look-see. I have it at 2x speed because he doesn't go through the book. He just goes through his OA. Let's see here. Now we're talking. Oh, okay. So this is the cover to issue 2.
Oh, love it.
And right off the bat, I don't know if you guys can notice, but on the back of the pilot's helmet, it says DWJ23. So it has his signature here. Nice. But he's going to zoom in on this picture with Starscream, trying to crush this pilot. Look at the level of detail in this cockpit, man. That's insane.
Oh, love it.
It's like you can't even fathom. And this is all hand drawn. Nothing about this is digital.
You can feel that. How fast that jet is going.
Right.
Yeah.
So
do you want me to here, let me see. I was gonna say, do you want me to see if I could
just wait till you see Mike's colors on it? All right, let's see. Here it is.
Take it off mute. Can you guys hear that? Or
Transformers.
Yeah. It's quiet. But at 2x speed, you're not gonna understand what he's saying.
Yeah. His microphone is super quiet, but
yeah.
He's a relatively quiet guy, period. So it kind of makes sense.
He is. He's a true creative. But these are some of the first pages in the book.
He still has them. That's crazy. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Not for long. He's going to be selling these puppies for 10,000 each.
Yeah.
So this one.
Oh.
This one is probably one of my favorite ones.
Yes, absolutely.
This is going to sell for like 10K.
Easy.
It has to. The cool thing about this, though, I don't know if you guys remember watching the Transformers OG animated series.
Oh yeah.
But that is the exact same spaceship. Like he's doing a 1-for-1 from the animated series into the comic book. Yeah. MG says 10K if we're lucky. Yeah,
true.
unfortunately. I might have to take out a loan if I want to buy one of these things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the ship. That's the ship. Those are the engines. That's how it looked. Yeah, the Ark. That's how it looked when they
Yeah.
crash landed into the volcano.
100%.
So awesome.
The only thing that he's adding, from what I can tell, is that initially, I think the initial story was just a young boy and his dad who had found the Transformers.
Yeah, it was
But
Spike
now-
and it was Spike and Sam, I think, or I forget.
Because it was Witwicky, right? Sam Witwicky.
Yeah.
But now I think he's either got a sister or a girlfriend, or I know DWJ really likes female characters. He tends to write, a lot of protagonists as his female characters. So I think he's probably added another one into this. So I'm hoping it's a cool addition. I mean, I don't know how it's going to go, but
He has my
We'll see.
trust, so he's earned
Yes,
it.
he does. Do a power bomb was amazing. That strong female character was awesome. So I'm completely okay.
true. Lona was awesome. Lona Steel Rose, I think was the daughter.
Yeah,
Or,
something like that.
yeah. And yeah, I mean, he did a great job with her. Extremity was a female character, protagonist lead. Murder Falcon, I think he had a couple. His Wonder Woman book, and then he's coming out with a sci-fi book that's creator owned. It's going to be an Image book, and that protagonist, I think, is also a female led lead. So
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe he feels better writing female characters, but or if he just feels like the need to put them more at the forefront of his stories. But like I said, I'm hoping that this is an edition that won't divert too far from, Sam and Spike and stuff like that.
I agree.
But
Yeah, as long as the Transformers are active participants in the story, as long as they're doing stuff, as long as they're fighting each other.
yes,
that
yeah.
matters.
That's what I want. So you're seeing. So Max, you haven't opened up the book, but we did.
No.
So when you open up that book, you're going to see certain panels are redacted. Like,
Oh.
so the ash can is not, you do not see every panel, all the artwork. So he's thumbing through artwork, but he's like, I have to be careful about what I can show because some of it is,
Wow.
so you really don't get the whole picture, which is awesome. So
Okay.
yeah.
So if I got you guys on a video this weekend or next week, and we went through our copies on a video, I think it would be okay. I don't think we would hit copyright. Because
know.
he's showing what's up?
Yeah, I would agree because he's showing the
Yeah.
he's also being careful about what he can show.
And that's where I'm like, I really want to. I think it'd be a really fun video for people to take a look into this, right? Because so many people want to know what's in this ash can. So I think it would do really well, and I think a lot of people will enjoy it. But I also don't want to screw him over and start showing pages that he might not want shown. So we'll see.
Yeah. So I think the fact that they sent it out and those pages are like those panels are redacted already, I think it's okay. But it's still cool that like they didn't give you everything. So I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
Like I don't know.
Because I wonder if maybe some of those panels contain many spoilers or characters or something
Character
like that.
designs that need
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
I'm wondering if I thought he zooms in on this. Yeah. Dude, like, can you look at the intricacy of the pipes? Like,
yeah.
What the hell is even that?
Exactly. This takes McFarlane to a whole new level with his spider webs. It's like this. I mean, dear Lord.
Yes, it surpasses. Like the webbing was a revolution for its time. But this is like.
Did you see the Batman Year 2 statue that they're releasing?
Yeah, it looks awesome. You know how expensive that thing is to pre-order?
Yeah. How much is it?
It's like almost $800, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
Drew, send me can you send the link in the private chat? Batman Year 2? Is it a hot toy?
It's a statue.
It's a statue, yeah.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah. One of the biggest capes. Biggest cape, bud. Biggest cape ever.
Oh no.
Yeah, biggest cape
But
ever.
yeah, you can kind of see the two characters up here, so you get like this size.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the size of how just fucking massive this ship is.
Like, what kind of magnifying glass does he use to have to, like, what point are you using to draw? It is so tiny.
It's
I love
so
it.
cool, man. So
Oh.
cool.
The scale.
Yes, yeah, thank you. That's the word, the scale for this. But you're right. He's kind of flipping through a couple of these. This was like, and this is I mean, if you like I was saying before, if you look at the animated series, this is pulled straight from those like that initial episode. All the Transformers have been broken down and they're all laying across the
active,
the
yeah,
arc.
they're all dead more or less, shut down.
Yeah, basically dead, yeah.
For centuries.
There's Optimus. God, all the intricacies of like the technology in this thing.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Just beautiful.
Yeah.
I
really hope they do an art variant of this, because I would love to have these pages not colored.
Oh, right. There's a part of me that's like, if they could just do a black and white for each issue, I'd buy it, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But the Mike Spicer colors might actually be better in terms of it's going to be classic Transformers. It's not going to be just like, oh, they're all silver. It's like, no, it's going to be the red, white, and blue, and the yellow, and the like stark, really saturated colors. So
yeah,
bright.
I'm going to get both versions. I want colored and I want black and white artist edition.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I think this is Starscream waking up. Yeah. Oh my god. Whew.
One of my favorite Transformers, Starscream.
Yes, Starscream. Is that Jetfire behind him? Yeah, Jetfire.
Yeah, it's like Jetfire.
Yeah. Starscream.
So he goes through here. Like I said, his mic is super quiet, but there's a panel in here that he says is his favorite panel in the book, and I think it is Starscream, but I forget which one it was. It was either this one, maybe not.
Yeah. Does he talk about doing a suplex like one of the Transformers?
Oh, we'll get to that, my friend. Yeah. I think that's one of the next pages he shows. If I could have any original art for the rest of my, just one page of original art, and I would never ask for anything again, it would either be this one of Optimus clotheslining Starscream like the badass that he is. Look at that. Like, he's about to zoom in on the fist. Look at the movement in the arm and the fist as he's clotheslining. Like, look at all of the right? The like the tiny little shaky W's.
Yeah.
Just doing waves
of the arm.
He probably just had a fine tip brush and just did
just constantly just moving his hand.
Yeah.
Just nailing
so awesome.
The Decepticon in the face. Just goosh.
Yeah, gun in one hand. Just,
yeah. So this is the suplex. Boom. Who doesn't want to see Optimus Prime suplexing a fucking Decepticon?
Yeah.
It's a Starscream, yeah. That's the coolest thing I have ever seen in a comic book.
Like, I love it. I love it. I'm sold.
I'm sold. I don't need to read comics ever again. After this book, I'm cool with just, this is the last book I ever read, and it's Optimus suplexing Starscream.
The fact that Hasbro's like, sure, why not? Go ahead. I love it.
Yeah. And that's the fun of this. Like they are letting DWJ just have so much fun with this.
Yeah.
But
Be himself.
yeah. This is his charm. You know, this is what he's adding to the story, is this new fun wrestling element to it. And he's going to add a lot of heart, I'm sure, with these two human characters. But because he, like, every book that I've read from him has a lot of heart and soul. Like, it's emotional for a lot of these stories.
Oh yeah, especially Ben
and
Ray Bill. He made me really care about Ben Ray Bill.
Oh, dude, yeah, of course. So, I was gonna say, yeah, if there's one thing that I could collect and I would never buy or collect anything ever again, it would be this page of original art right here. It would be Optimus suplexing the shit out of Starscream. I would just look at it every morning. Like you do with your Jim Lee cover, Kyle. I would kiss it before bed every night. I
would put this right behind that cover, and
so the only thing that can really top it is whatever fight scene he has in store between Optimus and Megatron.
Oh,
yeah, 100%. I think, I think this page would be really good as a nice coffee table, mat to put your Jim Lee cover on, right?
Yeah, so I can just cover up the stuff. Yeah, with that awesome Jim Lee cover. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Or like if you have like a coffee mug, you could just put that on the page here. Just to,
that's what I would
but
do.
This was also fun. He was saying it's really difficult to show movement with Transformers because they're obviously blocks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he was just saying it's really tough to do Sweet Chin music. Oh, this was his favorite. Yeah.
I love that.
He said that was his favorite. Which you would never think, you see that panel and you go, oh, that's really cool. But you would think, oh, the suplex is his favorite one. But no, this is apparently, I guess this out of the book, this was his favorite one.
Yeah, he talked about the light, getting it right.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Finally got it right.
I think he nailed it too. I mean, those
did.
things look like they're coming right at you.
I love that. The perspective of that. I love it.
And what's even more difficult, I think, is getting emotion on a robot face.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like you can tell he's screaming.
Yeah.
You can tell that he's, fighting for his life. So he shows a lot of emotion in these, which is cool too.
So good. Line work.
Oh, yeah. And then he gets into, oh yeah, I'm just going to start giving away books.
I was like, you piece, you're remarking them.
Yeah. Yes. Which was, these books are probably, if someone who was in this chat who wasn't really a fan sold one of these books, he could easily get $300 to $500 for this, right?
At least
a remarked Optimus Prime Transformers Ashcan signed.
Yeah.
Like
you could probably sell for $1,000. Somebody would buy it.
Yeah, man, 1,000 maybe. Someone would think about it for sure.
Yeah. Well, geez, the black and white. Imagine if you got that. The black and white ones are going for 250.
500.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And then both are going for 500. Like,
yeah.
But I think he gave away 3 or 4 of these books.
Yeah, he's like, here, I got a whole stack. I got a stack of them here. It's like, go. Of course you do.
He's just chewing gum, like, oh, here's another one, and here's another one, and there's another $300. There's another $300. Like
he knows. After San Diego, he knows there is a rabid fan base for this, and I would not doubt it. When this comes out, this would be the number 1 book of like the month or the week when this comes out.
Yeah. He is just printing money at this point. Every one of these pages, he is just money. Like he's just putting down cash every time he makes one of these. Or getting cash, I guess I should say. And then he started doing another art piece, which is gorgeous as well. But I mean, this was just
I was
I
thinking
have no words.
with that previous page. I was thinking like, oh, is he tying into the Michael Bay universe when they're like when they were knights for like King Arthur?
Oh
And-
God.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. My God.
I was already off that train, but I tried watching that fucking movie. I fell asleep 3 times and never finished it. Like I was like, I can't do it. I can't.
It's too funny.
It was so bad.
Was it? Oh yeah, I wanted to go back to this one. So the other thing that I thought was really cool that I didn't notice at first, but without it, I don't think it would be as cool of a panel. But check out the theme behind the onomatopoeia behind
that's the first thing I
Optimus.
noticed. Yeah.
Oh, was it really? Oh,
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. Yeah.
didn't even notice it. And then I looked at it again and I was like, without it, the image wouldn't be complete, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But there's the big theme, and it like the O's get kind of bigger and smaller. And even the O's have that scritchy speed line to it. I mean, goddamn, every ounce of this book is like made with intention and purpose.
Yeah, every panel. Like he thought of that
Yes.
panel. He thought of that panel. It's like, okay, now where am I going to put this at in the story? How am I going to draw it? It's like, then how am I going to ink it? Then how am I going to put it? It's like, that's just one panel here.
Yeah. And he's doing it all. He's drawing, inking, and writing.
Yeah.
So
three paychecks.
Yep.
good. He deserves every single one of them.
He's banking
And then
bucks.
on top of those 3 paychecks, he will be getting the money from all the original art for this, So like he
honestly, he has a very good opportunity to make as much as Ethan and Skyver said he was making on like an issue of Green Lantern, where he said he was selling. At one point he was selling each page for $1,000 each. So you got to figure that's $22,000 right there. They're selling them for. And on top of that, the cover, Ethan was selling those for like $20,000 each.
Yes.
So Ethan was making like $40,000 on one issue, a issue of Green Lantern. So DWJ has a good chance to make that much, if not significantly more.
Yeah.
I'm thinking DWJ is making more on his original art than he is for his writing, drawing, and inking credits. Like his paychecks are probably not a lot from Skybound. So I'm thinking that the majority of his.
We don't know. It could be.
I guess. Oh, me too. I mean, he should be getting paid very well. But I mean, when we hear the page rates for a lot of these guys, it's like zilch. It's nothing. Like Marvel probably is paying him nothing for the Beta Ray Bill story.
Probably not. Yeah,
that's why he did. That's why he wrote and illustrated the whole thing himself. So that way he could have
maybe a couple $100 a page, and he's just like, let's do all of it.
Yeah, man. So, but it seems like him and Mike Spicer, who's the colorist, just like they're attached at the hip. So I like that the two of them kind of go wherever each other goes. Like, I wonder if Daniel probably says, if I do this project, Mike is my colorist. I wonder if they kind of have a deal. But
I hope so, and I hope when these go up on Heritage or Golden, whatever auction site, they're going to go for.
I think it's with Felix. It's like the Felix art or whatever. I think that's who he's with.
Felix Comic Art. Yeah. So he does all his. Even when I went to WonderCon, he was at the Felix booth. So there was no Daniel Warren Johnson booth. There was like a Felix Comic Art booth.
Was James Herron there? Do you know?
I don't think he was at WonderCon, but he may have been at San Diego because
I've always wanted to meet James Herron. He's the guy who did Ultra Mega, and I love Ultra Mega. And it's like,
he is also with Felix. So and very similar styles here.
Yeah,
absolutely. Ultra Mega is very much that kind of Daniel Warren Johnson, kinetic movement, wild, crazy, fun, a lot of line work. Like super detailed, very intricate. There's a lot of that with James Herron as well. So, well, I thought, didn't he do something else? I thought it was Ultra Mega and one other thing. During like 2021, Ultra Mega was just on fire.
Yeah, it was.
MG says Morin will be going up as the series goes along and gets more steam and praise and sales. I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd take a shot in the dark and say he's doing the work for cheap up front and taking percent of sales on the back end. Maybe.
Could be.
I mean, let me ask you guys this. How well do you think Transformers will sell?
I honestly, I have a very strong feeling it's going to do very, very well. I think you saw firsthand the reception at San Diego
At the Skybound booth.
Yeah, and Aaron Presti, I mean not Aaron, Aaron Sparrow saw it. Everyone else there saw it. It was nuts. It was a madhouse. So I really think that really tells them like they hit something here. There is something special here, and I think when October comes around, I know Daniel Warren Johnson canceled in New York, but I guarantee you, if he did not cancel, he could have had the line, for everyone to be at New York.
I think I think it was either this stream or something where he said he didn't know if he was going to have an official appearance, but that he might try and make it to one of the booths to sign Transformers issue number 1.
Oh shit!
So I don't know if that's going to be New York or if that's going to be Boston, right? I think it was Boston.
Even worse. He's going to pull a Todd McFarlane. I'm just going to show up.
And that's going to be the So damn. MG says 8th print on the first issue. Yeah. Well, with how what Spider-Boy is on 3rd printing? Like what the fuck? Spider-Boy, shitty boy, Spider-Boy.
Spider-Boy's a real character though, so
he's not like Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that's not a gimmick.
No, gosh, I mean, Marvel is doing 3rd printings on books that make 8,000 copies on their first issue. Like,
yep,
that's kind of pathetic.
Expectations.
Yeah. Do you think second question, do you think Transformers will hit 100,000 copies sold? I don't remember the last book that hit 100,000 copies sold unless like it's King Spawn, maybe.
It might have been King Spawn, or it might have been Batman Spawn back in December that did.
Oh yeah, the awful book that we reviewed. Yeah,
that was something.
That was terrible.
It could. It very well could. I'm not saying it will, but there's a very good chance it could.
I hope it does.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I think the really cool thing about this is that you are going to get diehard Transformers fans that are going to buy this, and you're going to get brand new Transformers fans that have that have only watched the Michael Bay films, and that's all they know, and they're going to see this and go, Transformers, huh? All right.
Or read the Danny Lore comics where they're talking about their sexuality and everything else. Yeah.
Oh God. Well, those people are probably going to hate this comic then. So.
Yeah. Because they're actually doing something. Yeah.
Yeah. They're suplexing each other.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh, that's too much for me. I don't think I want that in my.
Why is it so violent?
Oh. Optimus seems so oppressive.
Yeah. Where are the Transformers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real question. Yeah. MG says, I think the first print will have like 60 to 80K first and then explode after that. Maybe. I don't think this will fall in sales. I think once people figure out that this is out there, because that's the biggest part, is alerting people to say, there's a Transformers book out right now, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Look at how difficult it was for people to find out that there was a Batman Batman Joker Deadly Duo, World's Finest. Like, I feel like people don't know about these series.
The mighty publishing power of DC did nothing to advertise that book, period, whatsoever.
Exactly. So I didn't even see ads in the DC comic books themselves for Batman Joker Deadly Duo. Maybe they were in there, but I mean, I don't know if I remember seeing them.
I don't. So. Yeah, maybe on the back cover of 1 or 2 issues. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we took a look at that. Yeah, I took a look at that because I needed a palate cleanser after Iceman. and the X-Men. There was one other thing that we were gonna check out the Boston. Was it Boston Fan Expo or
Chicago Fan Expo.
Baltimore?
Baltimore.
Drew, you sent me Baltimore, right?
No, I sent you Chicago for this coming week. This coming weekend.
The McFarlane toys, or because on our group text I have it says Baltimore Comic-Con. I'll see you in Baltimore, October 22nd through the 24th. And Kyle says pretty shitty list.
That was another. Okay, yeah. If you look at that Baltimore list, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I'm gonna send you the group text, the Chicago Fan Expo guest list. But we're gonna be there in full power. We're gonna have a huge a Neil Adams Island at Chicago Fan Expo. So
I will be there. I am actually going.
Ooh, look at that. Okay. You hear that, audience? Kyle will be in the flesh.
In
Nice.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Kyle, not Kevin appearance. I
Hell
sent it in our group text, Max, between you, me and Kyle.
Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Comic Creators Fan Expo Chicago. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think we did look at some of those. But this one, Baltimore, are you guys going to this one, or do you know?
I
don't think so.
Yeah,
No?
I
Okay.
want to, but yeah.
Art Adams, dope. Mir Candolfo, Sarah Anderson, Marty Bowman, Brian Michael Bendis, guys.
Toast Orbs.
Man.
John Bogdanov. Yeah, he is one of the signatures I need in my Superman yearbook omnibus. I have a Death of Superman omnibus. It's signed by practically everyone who worked on it. Everyone.
Nice.
One of the ones I'm missing. One of the few I'm missing.
Ooh, Mark Buckingham.
Yep,
Miracle
he's
Man.
one I need. Yeah, for the Miracle Man. Howard Chaykin.
Victor Chaykin, nice. Sean Chen, Jim Chung, Frank Cho.
The
Frank
bro.
Cho, boys. Liberty Meadows, New Avengers, Shauna the She-Devil, Harley Quinn.
And
He's done so many
David.
better things than Harley Quinn. Come on.
Yeah.
Chris Claremont. Yeah, these are big names.
Yeah, you're just down to the D's. Yeah, man.
Garth Ennis. Nice.
David Finch.
David Finch, man. Tony Fleeks. Okay.
And Trish Forstner. Oh, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. He is one of the legends.
Ooh.
Yeah. So not many people know this. Like they probably don't know the name, but they know his work. Where it's like his imagery he did in the 70s and 80s was everything he drew was used for DC character merchandise, toys, pillowcases, frisbees,
yeah.
watches. They were all his designs. He was the guy.
I thought that was big on George Perez. Like George Perez was doing a lot of those. Like
Nope,
anytime you saw a T-shirt or a pillowcase or like whatever it was. So
toy merchandise, that was all Jose Luis Garcia Lopez and bedsheets
Nice.
and wherever else.
that's cool. I would argue that is a kid's first introduction to comics. It's like
he was my
seeing
first.
these things on. Yeah. Ron Garney.
Legend. Yeah.
Hey, Torn Grunbeck. You guys love her.
Fuck her.
Oh my god. She's actually, I think she's friends with Joe.
Oh, how about that?
I still give her credit for the Sisters of Battle Warhammer series. So Adam Hughes. Damn. Imagine getting an Adam Hughes Wonder Woman cover signed.
Imagine if you were working with Adam Hughes. Imagine if you were at a convention and you
Oh.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right. Wow. Well, I'm kind of jealous. Our good friend Kara, you guys know Kara from Ripperverse.
Yep.
She is her and her husband are good friends with Adam Hughes. So Klaus
Right.
Janson, Nice. I would want all my Daredevil books signed by Klaus.
Absolutely.
Jeff Johns. Oh, all my Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah.
PKJ.
Ooh, J.G. Jones. Holy crap. J.G. Jones, he is a legendary DC cover artist. He did all the covers for 52, that weekly series that came out after.
Wow. Yeah.
And he's done a ton of stuff since then, but he's had a lot of medical issues. So this is one of the few times he's been to a show recently.
Oh, that's interesting. Is he older?
Kind of, yeah. I met him back in 07, 06. He was like in his 40s then. So,
okay.
So 20 years later. So he's probably in his 60s now.
That is right, MG. I do like the D's. Just like our friend Josh. D's nuts. Mark loves Angels says Mike Grell, great artist.
Yeah, Mark Grell. Yeah, Green Arrow, the Lombo series, and Warlord. Yeah.
Hey, Tom King.
Barry
and
Kitson?
Jay Lee. Right
Holy
next to
shit,
each other.
Barry Kitson is going to be there. Shit. He's the artist who did that one Action Comics issue I showed you with the one racist killer.
Oh, dude, you need to get that book signed. First you need to go buy that book, and then you need to get it signed by Barry.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, this is my favorite character. I can relate so much to him.
So much to being him.
Yeah, this character really spoke to me.
I feel so represented in this comic. So, like, finally, I can see myself in a character.
Thank you.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Ron Mars, Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Tom Mandrake. Holy crap. Tom Mandrake, he wrote The Spectre back in the 90s. And he did the art. Tom Mandrake did the art on The Spectre, and John Ostrander wrote it. They wrote it like it was like a Nightmare on Elm Street series with the Spectre like tormenting all these evil people. It was great.
Oh, sweet. David Pepos, who is going to be doing. What's he? We were just talking about David Pepos the other day.
He's doing.
Because we were iffy. We were wondering.
He's doing the Punisher. Yeah.
He's doing the Poontang-isher. That's
yeah.
right.
The real Punisher. Yeah.
Oh God, no. The Boomhauer Punisher.
Yeah.
Ed Piskor is going to be there. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Joe Prado, Ron Randall, Tom Rainey, Mark Redfield.
Steve Rude, the Rude dude himself. Holy crap.
Rude boy.
Yeah.
Jim Rugg. All right. So Jim Rugg and
yeah, they typically go cons together. They're
there together. Same booth.
Luis and Walter Simonson. Hell yeah.
Cal and I saw last year, they were right next to Howard Chaykin at Baltimore. Their line never moved. It was
wow.
Yeah.
Jim Starlin. Worse than Claremont? Really?
Yeah. It never moved.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I only am missing like 3 issues from the Walt Simonson Thor run. So I would literally bring all of them. I would want him to sign every single one.
You're one of those.
So, well, the only difference is that I don't bring a short box of the same issue and then have a CGC guy next to me and then just sell them all afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
like the asshole in front of me at Garth Ennis's booth. Yes, literally. Right. I see him like he's holding one book and talking to a CGC guy. And then he has some guy standing over at somewhere else. He's like, all right, hey, bring him over. I was like, you fucking dickhead. And seriously, I was just like.
That is the shittiest feeling. When you see the short box and like someone's got like the wheelbarrow thing. Yep. And you see the box in there and you see the CGC like guy next to him. Yep. And you're like, fuck, this is going to take forever now. And then
lunch. Yeah.
Yep. And what's even worse though is that if each comic is the same issue, if they're different issues, maybe I'm like, okay. But if it's the same, it's like the same key book or something, I'm like, you fucking dickhead. Like you're just gonna sell all of these right afterwards, you know.
Yep.
Not to say that that's like, you know, hey, guys are grifting, or not grifting. That's their business, you know. They gotta sell these books, you know. Yeah. I get it.
But fuck you though.
like I get it. Do your work. I'm super glad you can make money, but fuck you.
Oh, Philip Tan. Philip Tan is going to be there. Philip Tan only
Ooh,
goes to
nice.
San Diego. He only goes to San Diego. This is the first time
Really?
I've seen him outside of there. That is nuts.
Oh wow. Love Jim Starlin. I would bring the whole Infinity Gauntlet story would be really cool. Peter J. Tomat. Oh,
Come on, yeah.
nice. Billy Tucci. Nice.
yeah.
Such a nice guy. He's so fun. Billy
Yeah.
Tucci. So cool.
I gave
He
him
is
copies
awesome.
of Born of Blood. He had me sign copies of them for him. It was nuts.
Oh, nice, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mark Wade.
he canceled last year.
Mark or
Mark Wade.
Billy. Oh, okay.
He'll probably cancel again.
Not as unreliable as Donny Cates though.
Yeah, he canceled Chicago.
Yeah.
Donny Cates was actually at San Diego Comic-Con though.
Yeah, he looked like a fucking Neil Gaiman ripoff, what I understand.
I was gonna say apparently he's got like a big old beard now and he's all disheveled and yeah.
So basically, he is the character from Vanish. Got it.
Oh, got it.
Oh no!
Got him.
Was he in a straight jacket? I mean, come on, man.
Oh no.
God,
Art imitates life, Kyle.
No
Art
shit.
imitates life.
a little too much. But I saw Jeff Lemire cancel. He's a guy I would love to meet. Jeff Lemire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
met
also
him
be very
once.
cool.
Yeah, in San Diego.
All right, let's check out Chicago Fan Expo.
Yeah.
There we go. Right up top, Frank Miller and Chris Claremont. Damn.
So, real quick, for Comics Elite, we're gonna be doing some artist spotlights at Chicago Fan Expo for Whatnot, and we got several artists here lined up. We're gonna be working with
Frank Miller.
Ooh.
No,
Chris Claremont?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, Chris Claremont. He's a good artist.
No.
Raphael Grandpa?
Oh.
no.
Jay Lee?
We got. Let's. All I'm gonna say.
Oh,
We may have something. We're working on something special with Jay. That's all I got to say.
okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after seeing that dope ass 11 by 17 or what was it, 9 by 12 that he gave Josh at Dallas,
Mhm.
the Huntress one.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
I may ask you guys to see if Frank has any more of the Outrage books.
Okay.
So, because this is volume 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if he has volume 1 or 2, let me know and I'll Venmo y'all. But yeah, Frank will be there. Alan Kwok. Klaus Jansen's going to be there.
Yep.
Nice.
Bjorn Barons. Yeah.
Nice. Bjorn is awesome.
Tim Jacobs. You're a little young, Max. You may not remember this book series, but Goosebumps. When I was a kid, they were huge.
Wait, are you being sarcastic or are you actually being for real?
No, I'm being serious. Kyle knows. Like we Goosebumps was huge, and like
dude,
every week our mom would take us to Target. We would get the new Goosebumps book every single week. We were going back.
I am not that young. I'm not a fucking Zoomer. I know what Goosebumps is. Are you kidding me? Goosebumps was my shit. Night of the Living Dummy, the Slappy character.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're on the
terrifying.
Next Generation is on the Animorphs after that, or if you're still on.
No. Goosebumps. I grew up on the Goosebumps books. Don't go. And Are You Afraid of the Dark? But yeah, like Don't Go Into the Basement was one. Night of the Living Dummy. What was the one? The Mask. I think it was just titled The Mask. That one was scary as hell. But yeah, no, they're like Goosebumps stuff is fantastic. Those books, do you think those books sell on eBay for a high price now? Or
I think the early print runs do. Like the early print runs do. Yeah, which I wish I still had them. I had like the first 50 some odd books. I loved it. And like the first book, another big name, Dave Dorman. He's going to be there. He did most of the Star Wars and Indiana Jones comic book covers for Dark Horse.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
And he did the Expendables Go to Hell cover for Richard Meyer.
That's right. Okay. Oh, I thought you guys were talking about Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. I thought you guys were enjoying
that line. So if you want anything, let me know.
You know what we're bringing?
Good, okay.
We're bringing a big old goose egg for both those knuckleheads.
Ah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I was nice when I said line because I assume there won't be one.
John Boy Myers, nice.
John Boy.
But yeah, no, this will be. You'll have to take a picture of their booth. I'm interested to see who's there. So
Yeah. If I get out of the Back to the Future cast line.
Oh, that's
under
right.
5 hours. I think it'll be a success.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a long day to see everyone. But I think it'll be worth it for you for
I
sure.
got the platinum ticket. I am guaranteed a spot. I'm hoping like they do, like they let those ticket holders go first. Like since I'm getting all of them,
Oh yeah.
it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and I, so the ticket comes with a photo shoot. I don't really give a shit about that, but
Mhm.
that's why I'm allowed up to 4 people to take the picture with me. So,
Well,
So maybe if I can sneak away, maybe if I can sneak away, I'll see if I can join
Yeah.
you.
if it's any consolation, at the Dallas Fan Expo, they put like anyone who was meeting the entire Daredevil cast. So they had Rosario Dawson, Charlie Cox,
John
what's his name,
Bernthal.
Punisher, John Bernthal, and Kingpin,
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio. They had all 4 of those guys, and they said if you're getting signatures from them and you have the platinum or you have the VIP, you're in the front of the line. So that's what they did for the Daredevil cast. So I'm sure they're most likely going to try and do that for you guys as well.
I hope so.
And Eric, Deborah Anwell was not there, unfortunately. If she was, I'd be first in line for her, boy. Whew.
Yeah, I remember her from True Blood. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Her as a vampire.
Yeah.
Another one we're working. A couple others we got spotlights. Artist spotlights with our Ariel Diaz. We're working on stuff with Maria Wolf right now.
Okay.
Doing stuff with Jeff Edwards. We got to bring some stuff for him to sign.
Hell yeah. Ariel couldn't be sweeter, and her stuff is top tier. It is really, really good. So, well, hell yeah. This is a good lineup. I mean,
It's okay. It's not the strongest lineup as far as artists, but
I was going to say,
if you look at the celebrities, they're going to that Chicago Fan Expo. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is. I could not believe the amount of celebrities that they got to be spending money on to bring out.
Oof.
Insane.
Yeah, here's the whole cast.
Chevy Chase and as well. Sam Raimi and his brother,
Wow,
Ivan
Andy
Raimi.
Serkis. Okay.
Yeah, Zachary Levi.
Ooh, Kiefer Sutherland.
Yep.
24, anybody?
Yeah.
24? What was the vampire one he was in?
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys. Hell yeah.
Come on, Michael.
You'll see somebody else from Lost Boys on here.
Michael?
There you go.
Patrick. Yep, Michael.
That's Michael. You're one of us,
Nice.
Michael.
Michael. Katie Sackhoff should be in every lead female role right now. And well, if they were doing female roles well, I think she would be perfect for a lot of them. So, or she could be Sue Storm, the Fantastic Four.
I'd be behind that because people are cheering on the blonde from Mission Impossible, and I don't want that at all.
Which one was that?
She played Max. She plays the daughter of Max.
I didn't see the film, but
she was in Fallout. She was in Mission Impossible Fallout as well. She played Max's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's attractive. She's hot. I mean, she's got her curve. She doesn't have any curves. Like she's not Sue Storm.
Well, and
no.
I was like, okay, she's got blonde hair, yeah, but there's nothing physically or personality-wise that tells me she is Sue Storm. You look at her face; it's resting bitch face the entire time. Like that's not Sue Storm.
Yeah. She's basically invisible already. So
she turns to the side, and there's just nothing. There's just yep.
Like Kate Moss. Yeah.
Yep.
There she goes.
I like this actor. I haven't seen him in much since like some of the mid 2000 films, but I like his stuff.
Friday Night Lights.
I think he was in Four Brothers. Do you remember that film with Mark Wahlberg? Marky Mark. Yeah,
Oh, I thought he played one of the guys. I thought he played the tight end in Friday Night Lights.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, with the bad dad, I think.
Oh, in
Yeah.
the movie,
Alcoholic
yes,
dad.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that
that
was him. Yeah.
That was the one musician who played his dad.
Yeah,
He was-
Tim McGraw. Tim
Yeah,
McGraw played his dad.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Keep dropping the damn ball.
yeah. He duct tapes the ball to his
duct tape
fucking
the ball.
hands.
You
Yeah.
gonna hold on all this time, boy. Okay, thanks, Dad.
Reminds me of my childhood. No, I'm kidding.
Looking into a mirror.
Hey, we got Steve from Blue's Clues.
Hell yeah.
He's starting to do a lot more cons now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Tom Cavanagh from Flash and Scrubs.
Yep.
Beverly, Star Trek guy.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. Nice. Oh, they got Superman. Well, one of these Superman. Nice.
Yeah.
5
Christy
o'clock shadow
Brinkley.
Superman. I call him 5 o'clock
Brinkley.
shadow Superman. Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Yes.
cool to meet Christy. Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I forget who it was at MegaCon. Someone said like I think it was Ron Leary. Where Ron was at MegaCon, like Christy Brinkley was directly on the other side of his wall, and he saw her. He said like she still looked amazing, just to this day.
I mean,
Still.
even in this picture, she looks fucking
Hell
gorgeous.
yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Peter Weller.
RoboCop.
So the funny thing about Peter Weller is I don't know if you guys have watched like behind the scenes stuff of RoboCop, but apparently he was a nightmare to deal with on set.
Yes, he was an asshole. Yep.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if you meet him in real life, like I wonder if he's still going to be an asshole. But
I don't know. At this age, I would hope he's kind of mellowed out a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he was like a total diva.
Hey, you
But-
get shit on every day. I would be a little pissed too.
Yeah.
You have to pantomime, that you're root like that. Yeah.
You know, with Paul Verhoeven, yeah, I'd probably be like, what the fuck?
You can probably barely understand his English. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. I think that's a good lineup. The celebrities definitely outweigh the comic creators at Chicago Fan Expo.
Yeah.
But the guests, the comic creators at Baltimore crush. I mean, blow out of the water.
Baltimore
The,
is a
comic
traditional, legit comic book show. Kyle knows firsthand
Nice.
as well that it is a legit comic book show.
It was awesome. It's a cool space. It's a cool venue. Like I liked it. I liked getting in. Everything ran pretty smoothly. Like I was happy with the area. I mean, it was a cool place.
Nice, good. Now New York Comic Con. When does that come up? When is that?
October. It's like the weekend of Kyle's birthday, coincidentally. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would that be a possibility for you to be at as a birthday thing for you?
Me?
Or no? Yeah.
I don't know. See now New York, that's a place that I could convince my wife to go to.
Yeah. And you guys could make a birthday weekend out of it or
Right.
something.
Like she would go, but she wouldn't go to the convention. She would go to New York.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's something I could convince her to do, probably.
Okay. Late New York, early New York? Do you know, Drew?
Say it again.
Early, late New York. What do you know? What the date? Or sorry, early, late New York. October. Do you know what time in October?
10th through the 11th through the 15th, I think, is the dates for New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my
I think-
birthday's the 13th and it's on a Friday.
Oh, damn.
Same day the new Exorcist comes out, by the way.
Oh, then it's going to be a perfect movie.
That's what I'm going to go see. I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to launch my my self-published book, Unholy Nightmare, on the 13th, but we're pushing it back to Halloween. So.
Oh, okay, cool. That works out perfect then.
Yeah.
It was funny. I think when the Marvels was initially going to come out, it was going to come out on July 10th or something. And my birthday was July 9th. And I was like, oh God, am I going to go see this movie on my birthday?
Yes.
But thankfully, due to delays and due to the strike and due to just Disney Marvel imploding in on itself,
Karma.
they were like,
The gods.
they were like, well, let's release it in November. So
Or not at all.
Oh, and
Oh,
next Tuesday, before I head out to Chicago on Wednesday, we're going to go see Starship Troopers Tuesday night in theater.
Oh, Fathom events?
It's with Flicks Brewhouse. They're doing a one night only. It's like a special. It's like $35 a ticket, but it's a special food menu, special drink menu. They're doing for this. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing
What did they say?
Yeah.
I'm doing my part.
Okay. It's afraid. It's afraid. So fucking wild. It's like, oh my god.
Another Paul Verhoeven movie. It's great.
Yeah. It's afraid. Oh, so good. Well, I think that's about it. Unless you guys have anything else you want to cover before we take off for the evening. I think we've covered a ton of really great stuff. So
yeah,
I'm good.
Sweet. I'll tell you guys about this email that I got as well after the show. But remind me to tell you guys about Captain Cush #1, the new indie superhero comic review. That this gentleman wants me to read and review for my channel.
Is this written by Kevin Smith?
No, surprisingly. So
hey, he's off weed. He's off weed now.
Oh yeah, I think Perch got this as well. Captain Cush, but
right up your alley, man. All right.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's like, everything I could hope for in a comic. Because you definitely know me.
You do.
Well, that was sarcasm, by the way, for anyone at YouTube that's watching. But no, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being here tonight. This was a ton of fun. After the show, I'll most likely be going through the books that I got. And looking what's inside to see what's going on in this Transformers book. But thank you, chat, for being here with us tonight. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but it's good to be back, and especially with these guys. So I don't think there's much news in terms of anything going on with the Comics Elite channel. Drew, I know you have a couple books, though, that are coming out. So go ahead.
August 15th. Yeah, Murat and I were launching next Kickstarter. It's Naughty and Nice, The Bridge.
Cool.
So it's being colored right now. But it's a kick-ass story. Josh has read it. Josh has seen it. I'm sure I've sent you pages. You've seen it. I can't wait for everyone to get this and to see what we've got, what we're going to be getting into with, hopefully further along. I don't want to give away my hand too much. But I'm working on a lot of projects right now with Murat Michaels, and a few more Power Hour books coming out. Power Hour 3 and Power Hour Experimentations. Those pages look amazing. Can't wait for people to see that. Working another Born of Blood project. It just keeps going.
And Red Sonja, Naughty Nice,
Vampirella,
is fulfilling right now. Is shipping right now.
Yes, it should be fulfilling right now. Yeah, everyone,
cool.
all the backers got their digital copies 2
yeah.
weeks ago. But it should be fulfilling this week. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that is all from us. Kyle, I would ask you if there's anything going on, but you'd probably just talk about your Jim Lee cover again. So.
Yeah, so if you can see, I don't know if I can get another one here.
Oh, time to go.
Oh, well, on that note. No, it was a pleasure, guys. It's always fun hanging out with y'all. Chat, I will see you guys Sunday morning for our Warhammer build stream. And then Sunday evening, it'll just be you and me, baby. Classic Max's Man Cave. Just me, you, some sweet sensual music, and it'll be a great time to catch up and see what you guys have been up to. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys on Sunday. Talk to you soon.